off absolutely everything at Gap Factory stores. Save even more with 40% off clearance at Gap Factory stores. And at Banana Republic.
Welcome to the Inland Sports Show. Your leader in sports in the Welcome to the Inland Sports Show. Your leader in sports in the Inland Empire. Now, here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Oh, we've got another huge day of Inland Empire sports, and we're going to break it down here on the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. I'm Pep Fernandez. I'm feeling great. How are you, Jeff?
I feel like death. I feel horrible.
Jeff, he's on his deathbed over here.
Typhoid is now turned into death. I have the bubonic plague. Man. I must have kissed a squirrel somewhere in the mountains because I feel like death.
We've got so much to get to, so many great guests coming over the course of the next 3 hours, 3 to 6 every weekday here on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. We're excited about it, Jeff, but how are you feeling? Because yesterday at the end of the show, I mean, you looked awful, if I can just be honest. I mean, you look like a mess.
I feel even worse today. I'm telling you, I didn't go to work, my morning job today. I laid in bed. My children tried to wake me up. I was in a comatose state. I have coming out of my shell. I will be fine for the big show, the very big show. But I'll tell you what, I've got the chills. Everybody in here is eating tamales. And I'm the fattest guy in the room, and I don't even want to eat them right now. That's how bad I feel. I got a big thing of water and
a Mountain Dew
and Halls, and I got a big bag of Halls. I'm just gonna suck on the entire time I'm here.
It's been a weird day so far. So we got in here, and obviously Jeff feels awful, and we got tamales. Everyone's picking out on tamales, and I'm doing my daughter's math over here in the corner. I mean, just a great start to the show, but yes, Jeff will regroup. And again, he was a former basketball star, and some of his best games ever as a basketball player is when you were under the weather, right, Jeff? So
I am
you're
focused.
Good to go.
I am single-minded, and I'm focused on sports and Halls, triple soothing action, cough drops. I'm ready.
Whatever
Bring
it takes
on.
to get through the next 3 hours. We're excited about it because we've got a lot of stuff to talk about and some big guests coming your way. A little bit later in the show, we're going to have Joey Mariani. Whoa, Joey. He's the defensive coordinator at the University of Redlands, but former Fontana High School linebacker as the Steelers are celebrating their 30-year anniversary of the CIF state and that mythical national championship back in 1987.
What's his name again?
Joey Mariani. So we're glad to have Coach Mariani up in a little bit. After that, we're going to have world famous Intern Angel. He was one of the originals. He was an OG on the Inland Sports Show. He's now at USC, rubbing shoulders with a lot of those big wigs like Stephen Carr, running back for the Trojans, Akili Ross, defensive back for USC, hanging out with those guys. He's going to give us a live report from USC, world-famous Intern Angel, who went viral. Do you remember this, Jeff?
His wink, the wink that was seen around world.
So here it was the Rose Bowl, wasn't it?
Yes.
So they're interviewing Sam Darnold live on television after the big win in the Rose Bowl. And the TV cameras, the way it was angled, world famous. Intern Angel was right behind Sam Darnold. And instead of just acting like a nerd or acting like a fool, he looks at the camera and casually just gives it a wink and walks off. And somehow it went viral. People saw that. It was all over Instagram and Twitter and YouTube. And world famous Intern Angel literally went world famous. And that one wink.
But see, the thing is, we know it's funny. But if you didn't know him, it's kind of creepy. It's one of the creepiest winks of all time.
Hey, it's that creepy wink guy.
Who's that weirdo on there?
It's just world famous. So
yes.
He's going to check in. He's also now interning at ABC7. We're going to have ABC7 sports anchor Curt Sandoval check in because there's a lot of stuff going on in the LA area. Rams, Chargers, USC, and UCLA football. How about the Ball brothers, the Lakers? I mean, there's so much that we could go to coming out of Los Angeles, Curt Sandoval. So we'll have a lot of fun with him as well. And one of your basketball buddies, Jeff, a little bit later in the show in our third hour.
I don't have any buddies. Knock it off.
You do. You're still up in the game.
I'm not well connected anymore.
The great Jackson Wood, head basketball coach at Hillcrest High School. We were talking about the River Valley League. It's going to be pretty good this year. It's going to be very competitive. A lot of teams on the upswing, trending high.
Yeah, Justin Norman's won 6 league consecutive championships in a row. He's going to lose this year.
You think so?
Yeah,
Are you calling him out?
Yeah, Norman's going to lose. Hillcrest is going to win that league. I think Hillcrest wins the CIF championship. I'm not putting too much pressure on him.
They were preseason ranked, right?
Their number, I think they were.
Why don't we get those pulled up before we
will
get them
pull
on the
those
show?
up before Jackson gets on air. But yes, they're going to win the league. I call it.
Yeah, so we got Jackson Wood as well, and then we're going to wrap things up with Daniel Gonzalez, former Redlands East Valley football star, former San Bernardino Valley College football star, and coming off an All-American campaign at the University of Redlands, only the 6th football player in a very long football tradition at the U of R to earn All-American honors. So it's a very big deal. He's a local guy. I don't know. If you're an All-American at the D3 level, could you think NFL? Is he going to play maybe Canadian Football League? We'll have to ask him that because he's got a bright future still in football if he wants it.
Canadian football is the way to go.
You know who's talking right now in the Canadian Football League and the different teams and coaches right now?
Who?
Johnny Manziel.
Johnny Football!
Yeah, he's back.
Golly, Johnny Football, what happened to you? You know, it was just too many drugs, too many women, too much fun for old Johnny Football. Ruined him.
Well, he's trying to come back. He's trying to do it.
He better get rid of the drugs and the women and the Johnny Fatness, whatever he is.
Johnny Fatness?
Yeah, he needs to.
Is that his new name?
Yeah, because I've seen him. He's always on TMZ and he's fat. He's got to lose weight. But yeah, he used to be so good. One of the best ever. Probably my top 5 favorite college football
players
of all time.
He certainly had his own brand going. One of the best college football players, I would say, of all time. But then he got to the NFL. His game didn't necessarily translate to the NFL, nor did he actually take it seriously. And that's kind of what his downfall was with Johnny Manziel. But yeah, he has been talking to some Canadian Football League teams. So who knows? We could see the rise of Johnny Fatness, as Jeff called
Johnny
him.
Fatness, it's a boot time.
You hoser.
Boot time, drink me some Labatt's, and we're going to go take off to the Great White North. Hey.
All that.
Hey, my cold medicine's kicking in. Let's do this.
Jeff is feeling good now. The medicine is kicking in. He's going to make it, guys.
All right, 3 hours.
He's going to do it. We've got all that and much more. We've got our headlines coming up, and it's all brought to you by our good friends at Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change. You'll be spoiled by their excellent customer service and great prices. Thank you, Bill Navigato. Follow them on Instagram as well. Check out some of those sweet, sweet deals at Spoiled. Ken Sporting Goods, more than 40 years in the Inland Empire, supplying all your sporting gear needs. Jerseys, helmets, Letterman's jackets, all the good stuff. KenSportingGoods.com. You can check out more of their products there. Boost Performance Training. BoostTrainingSystems.com is the website. Get more information on all their different training programs, the sports. They'll also get you ready for the classroom as well. They're introducing some new things there to groom the complete athlete in your life, Jeff. So maybe there's still a chance for you. And Catalano Motors. We love Derek Catalano and his team out there off Temescal Canyon Road. You can buy, you can trade, you can finance that perfect car in your life. Christmas is coming. It's around the corner.
I told you I want a van conversion with no windows and shag carpeting. I want to be that creepy guy driving around the neighborhood in his van conversion.
Well, last week you wanted a Vespa. I had to call up Derek Catalano at Catalano Motors and say, hey, Jeff wants a Vespa, which, how tall are you, 6'8"?
6'8", yeah.
And how much do you weigh,
about
roughly?
285.
On a little Vespa?
Yeah.
That would be a sight to see, man.
Now I just want the creepy van. I want to drive around, my neighborhood. Look, it's the guy with the creepy van.
Yeah, the
no
creepy, sick-looking guy over there.
He always smells like Halls.
Hey, real quick, here's our Inland Sports headlines on this Wednesday. How about Kawhi Leonard? He is back for the San Antonio Spurs. He saw limited minutes. They kept him at 15 minutes as he comes back from that quad injury, but he did have 13 points last night for the San Antonio Spurs. It was a 95-89 loss to the Dallas Mavericks. Also in the NBA, the Lakers had to meet with LeVar Ball. Say, tone it down, bro.
Yeah, they want to tell him.
Is that going to work, Jeff? I don't think it's going to work.
Shut the hell up, LeVar Ball. Just knock it off. Knock off your shenanigans and just let your kid be a basketball player and travel. His 15-year-old son is up in Lithuania by himself in the Baltic Sea, eating dirt and snails. That's about all.
Is that all they have there?
Yeah, there's like 150 people that live in the town.
No, remember, because they have. We went over this. They have textiles. They have minerals. They have foodstuffs.
Yeah, they got
remember?
salt. See, they're not going to get. They're not going to get diseases. Oh, that's scurvy. They don't have citrus. They're all going to get scurvy over there.
Oh, no. Is that what you got?
That's what I got the scurvy. I got to drink. I got to eat an orange. Yeah, who wants to play over there? That's a bad dad. He just needs to be quiet and shut up.
Get out of the way.
Well, I'm going to fight him. Bring him in.
The Lakers had to meet with him and say, hey, let's tone this down. Let's keep it positive. Meanwhile, Lonzo Ball and LeVar Ball was on the sideline for this at the Knicks game. Lonzo Ball, 17 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, but the Lakers lost in overtime against the Knicks, 113-109 last night. And finally, hey, it's a bowl season. We got college football bowl games coming up. We're going to kick things off with the Las Vegas Bowl this Saturday as Boise State will take on the Oregon Ducks. He's one of our friends of the show. We love this guy, Alexander Madison, the pride of Cardinal City, USA, San Bernardino High School. He went over 1,000 yards on the season for Boise State on the ground, but he's got a lower leg injury. It's basically his ankle, but he's got a lower leg injury, and it's a game. They officially said late last night, game time decision. So we hope to see Alexander Madison play in that game, but he might not.
What a nice guy, too. I mean, you always talk about guys coming in. There's some jerks that have come through here and we've interviewed. We just didn't call them
You want to name some names?
Yeah, but he's one of those guys you'll walk away and you go, man, he was a really nice guy, young man.
One of the best guys we've had in the studio. When he was at San Bernardino High School, he was a wrestler. He was a football player, straight A's, bilingual. We could talk Spanish with him. I mean, he was awesome, and now he's a 1,000-yard rusher for Boise State. Hoping to see him in the Las Vegas Bowl. All right, we come back here on the Inland Sports Show. We got the University of Redlands football defensive coordinator, Joey Mariani, key cog of that Fontana team that won the mythical national championship in 1987. We will celebrate the Steelers, and we'll talk a little Bulldog football as well with Coach Mariani when we come back on the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
Dear tiny Jesus, your golden fleece diapers with your tiny little fat balled up fist pawing.
He was a man. He had a beard.
Look, I like the baby version the best. Do you hear me? I win the races and I get the money.
Ricky, finish the damn grace.
The Inland Empire's home for all things IE just got even better. Introducing the award-winning Inland Sports Show with Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Weekdays 3 to 6 p.m.
Your local sports leader in the Inland Empire. Fox Sports IE 1350.
I played once upon a time at Centennial High School. I was actually on the first ever CIF championship team back in 2000, and then my senior year we won it again. I think that's my passion because I've done it. You know, I know exactly where these athletes are at. I know what their mindset is right now. I know how hard it is to, number one, find a performance coach who can take you to the next level. What sets us apart has to be, you know, how we work with our athletes and what we know. We can take an athlete and you know, help them reach their athletic potential, you know, help them, you know, prevent injuries, help get them stronger. I know every single athlete who steps into this gym. I know exactly where they're at, and I'm going to progress them every week. If you're not getting results, then, you know, really what's it about? We're going to deliver something that's measurable, you know, in terms of speed, power, you know, strength, agility.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
E1350 AM, brought to you by Ken Sporting Goods, Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change, Boost Performance Training, and Catalano Motors in Corona. We're catching up with the University of Redlands defensive coordinator Joey Mariani, who is deep on the recruiting trail. Coach Mariani, where are you right now?
Actually, I am off Alessandro Boulevard right there by Mark Air Force Base. I was in Temecula today.
Oh, so you're on your way back.
Yes, sir. I'm on my way back, and I pulled over so that way I wouldn't say anything funny if somebody cut me off on the freeway.
So you're like me then. I got to watch my mouth. I got little kids.
Yes, sir.
So, Coach, where were you today? You were out in Temecula. What high schools did you visit?
I was at Great Oak High School this morning along with Temecula Valley, Marietta Mesa. I went to Vista Marietta as well, and then Chaparral High School. Those are the schools I was at today.
Well, you already know this, but, man, the Southwestern League down there, they've got some dudes. Those guys can play some football.
Pretty good.
You know, they really, really do, man. You know, I've been recruiting that area for a couple years now, man, and we've gotten some kids down in that area before. They've done very well for us, and we continue to try to hit that part of SoCal because we know the talent that's out there. And they're great student athletes at the same time.
I gave Coach a couple players last year.
You did?
I did. Solomon Iosefa.
You're the guy.
Yeah, and Hector Becerra. No, both North Vista guys.
Yeah, no doubt. So I mean, both you know, they're actually awesome. When it is that our local radio star can direct message me about some kids, and then we can make that thing happen. So that's awesome.
There you
That's
go.
my guys right there.
Yeah, there are a lot of IE guys playing for the Bulldogs, and we're excited about that. We cover the University of Redlands football team as much as we can, and we like seeing the IE guys do well out there. And, Coach, you're an IE guy, too. You played your high school ball at Fontana, and you were part of that national championship team in 1987. They're celebrating
Yeah.
the 30-year anniversary.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I mean, it's been 30 years. When you hear 30 years, you're like, wow, it feels like just yesterday.
Yeah, I know. It's like, oh, my God. It's like, I can't believe it's been 30 years because the memories are so fresh in my mind. I know a lot of guys I still talk to from that team. You know, it's the reason why a lot of us are doing what we're doing today is because of the experience that we had at Fontana and under Dick Brook and Skip Fazio and John McKinney and all the guys that were associated with that team and with that town. So it's a big part of why it is I do what I do today.
When you were playing on that team, did you know in the moment how special that team was, Coach Bruick, your teammates? Or is it now that in retrospect you're like, wow, man, I can't believe what we did. That was such a special season that will go down in the history books.
Well, we all know it was a special season because we know how hard it is to win. That those kind of accolades. But you know, when we started out, we all played together Pop Warner when we were about 8 years old. So we're on each other's teams from the time we were young, all the way through. You know, junior high we separated out because in those days they had 3 different junior highs, and then we all came back together at full high for our 10th grade, 11th, and 12th grade year. So we all played together or played against each other the entire time we were growing up playing football, and we knew we had something special, and we kind of knew early on in the year after we beat that team from Vista, who I believe was 4th in the state at the time, that we thought we can do some special things that year.
So you guys won a CIF title, and then, of course, they gave you that #1 ranking, not only in the state, but also in the nation, that national championship in 87. I'm sure there was a lot of big plays, a lot of great memories, but what kind of stands out for you? Were there certain moments during that season that stick out for you as a player?
You know, I really do believe that, you know, going into the playoffs, we faced a really, really good Long Beach Poly team that actually was favored to beat us, and we beat them 49-0 that game, and then we had to play Crespi in the semifinals, and back then Russell White was a part of Crespi's team, and that was kind of he was on the cover of Sports Illustrated and everything. So I remember that game because of the weather. The weather was so bad, the wind and the rain, and just that overall day. If anybody was there at that game, because I still hear about it today, they're going to know what I'm talking about. But it was a monsoon, and we still probably had 15,000 people at the game. You know, and that's just kind of town that we had back then. That game kind of sticks out the most in my memory.
Yeah, Fontana back in the day, I remember in the 70s and 80s, I remember my dad, was a coach here forever, and he used to take us to the Fontana games, and it was an event. I mean, you had the entire city of Fontana, you had the steel workers would all show up, they would tailgate, and the energy at those games is nothing. You can't compare it to anything you have today. You can go to Great Oak, you can go to Vista, those places, but nothing compared to the days of the old Faux High days.
You know, and I would agree with you because, you know, we kind of lived it. We were just kind of used to it. I guess that's the way it was, you know. But the town used to shut down on Friday night. And when we were in school, we had open lunch, so we get to leave during our lunchtime. And I remember vividly remembering, you know, there'd be a line out to the street just at the ticket gate to get in certain games. So we came not accustomed to that, but we definitely were appreciative of the support, you know, that we had in that town. And, you know, we're a one-horse town back then, and I just, you know, the atmosphere, if you're around it, you understand what I'm talking about. It's just so much different nowadays, but it was something special back then, and I'll always appreciate the fans and the support, the booster club that we had back then. It was an amazing experience for everybody.
Well, certainly the biggest ticket in the Inland Empire back then with the Faux High Steelers and, of course, Dick Bruick. It doesn't get any bigger than that in terms of high school football coaching, not only in the Inland Empire. I mean, you could look across the state or even the country, and it doesn't get much bigger than Dick Bruick, and that name carries a lot of weight. Coach Mariani, what was it like playing for him, and what are some of the things that he instilled in you?
You know, playing for Coach Bruick, he was a perfectionist, you know. I think he knew the kind of team that we had and didn't let us settle just on our laurels. We worked hard, and I think he instilled in us that work ethic, to strive for perfection no matter what we did. And you know, I remember playing for Coach Bruick and feeling that we were in the presence of greatness because we understood the tradition behind that. And you know, it was I always say I was a lucky dude to be a part of all that kind of stuff. But Coach Bruick, the work ethic and the tireless hours I know that he worked and his staff work behind the scenes, because I started coaching there when I was young, and really saw the behind the scenes about what it really takes to run a program such as that, man. And it's absolutely awe-inspiring, the work and the dedication that him and all of his staff put into that team and into that town as well, because they were very involved in the Pop Warner organization. They were very involved in community service. They were very involved in all aspects of the city of Fontana. So it wasn't just about football. It was about the community for Coach Brook, and I think that we learned a lot from Coach Brook because of that.
Well, Coach Mariani, before we let you go, we're going to have Daniel Gonzalez give us a call in our final hour today. He's only the 6th All-American all-time at the school.
Yeah.
I mean, he had a monster senior season. Real quick, what made him such a special DB?
Again, man, his work ethic was second to none. I've never seen a young man work as hard as he did. All of our guys worked hard, but Daniel worked hard, and Daniel was a great leader on our team. He was also voted the most inspirational on our team as well, which is something to be said. That comes from the players themselves about what they thought of Daniel Gonzalez. And a short little story of that. Daniel Gonzalez was in my wife's fourth grade class.
Oh, no way!
It was awesome to see that whole thing come the way it did, where he's a local guy, played for Curt, went to Valley, came back to us, and had the kind of senior year he had. Pep, I'm going to tell you right now, there's not a young man more deserving of the accolades that Daniel Gonzalez gets, not only on the field, Pep, but he's a great young man, and he's going to be an awesome man for the future, and we're definitely proud of Daniel Gonzalez.
Yeah, I could tell. I could see your smile coming through the radio right now, how proud you are.
I love that kid, man. It's awesome that he became the hometown hero, and again, nobody deserves the accolades that Daniel got, and I wish that I know he's an All-American person-wise as well, not only on the football field, but he's an All-American young man at the same time.
Well, Coach, we appreciate the time. We're going to let you get back on the road. I know you pulled over in your car just for us, and we appreciate that. We don't want you to get a ticket. We don't want you to say anything you might regret.
Hey, Pep, you guys are awesome, man. Congratulations on all your accomplishments, man, and thank you so much for what you do for Bulldog football and Inland Empire football and sports in general.
Hey, tell Coach Maynard we want to get him on here real quick, and we'll talk. We're always down to talk Bulldog football.
No doubt, Pep. Thanks, man. I appreciate it, guys.
Hey,
all right.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, Coach. Good talking to you.
Bye-bye.
Coach Mariani, defensive coordinator at the University of Redlands, and a star linebacker on that Faux High team that won the 1987 National Championship. 30 years this week. Actually, I think it was 30 years yesterday. Was the App State, right? So,
yes.
Yeah. So it was a big deal for local Inland Empire football. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk a little Rams, Chargers, UCLA, USC, Ball Brothers, all the good stuff on the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
Hey, kid, hurry up. The store's closing.
Come on. Listen, little boy, we've got a lot of people waiting here, so get going.
Inland Empire sports fans turn to the Inland Sports Show.
So you talk to the radio?
On Fox Sports IE 1350 for breaking news, exclusive interviews, and big-name guests in the IE.
Only AT&T gives you entertainment your way. So
we're small, family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cahelco, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car, whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
Focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. Just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. Come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
Pep Fernandez and Jeff Corum.
And welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. We're still unpacking the high school football season. We have Cajon taking on Sarah of San Mateo for the CIF Division II AA State Championship. That's a 4 o'clock kickoff from Sacramento State this Friday. So, Jeff, the cool part is we will be live on the air.
That's right.
For the people of the IE, giving live updates of the Cajon Cowboys as it unfolds at Sac State.
So, yeah, we'll have somebody in here. Like I said, they can reenact the game by just reading it off Twitter. They'll have like a play-by-play. So
we could do that.
That would be sweet.
We could do that. So,
how do you bet against Jaden Daniels though?
You don't.
He's the best.
You don't. I looked up. I did a little more research on Sarah, and if we have time at the end of the show, I'll throw out some of those stats, or we'll save it for tomorrow. But I was looking at Sarah's numbers, and they just simply don't stack up with Cajon. And I know they've played some good teams. I went through their schedule. I locked myself in a dark room, and I hunkered down. And I looked at their schedule and broke down all the numbers, and they just don't stack up with Cajon.
Who used to go to school there?
Oh, well, it was Tom Brady, and I found Mo Brady's brother.
Mo Brady's brother.
Mo Brady's brother. But also, there's another big name that went there, and I'll tell you in a second. But right now, we're going to go straight to the spoiled, quick-quality oil change celebrity hotline. You can see him on ABC7. It's the great Curt Sandoval. Curt, how are you today? And thank you for joining us.
My pleasure, guys. How are you?
Oh, we're doing fine. We're doing a lot better because we've got you on the show to make sense of the Ball brothers in Lithuania. We just can't wrap our brains around that one.
Well, as soon as I can figure that out, I'll be. You guys will be the first to know. That's a very prideful, bad decision in my book, but it is what it is, right?
You wouldn't want to send your 15-year-old son to Lithuania by himself, basically? I mean, come on.
You know, I read something where I think those young boys are going to resent their dad, and it's hard for me to disagree with that. The opportunity, not just for LaMelo, who's 15 and should be at Chino Hills High School enjoying, a great season, but when you go to college, you guys know that's really where you grow up. That's really where you start to learn. You've cut the umbilical cord from your parents, and where you make some good, honest mistakes, and you learn the importance of authority. And to take his kids out of that environment is just horrible in my book.
Well, Curt, my co-host over here, Jeff, he played professional basketball all around the world, but Lithuania was one of those spots. He didn't even, you never considered it, Jeff, right? It was just so off the beaten path.
No, you're kidding me. I played in nice places. I played in the Shire of New Zealand. I played in Australia. I played in Amsterdam, which was kind of cool. But I'll tell you what, who the heck chooses Lithuania? And if you're a good player, and I could be wrong here, but you've got to be a really, really good player to play overseas. It's not like playing rec league, as LeVar made it sound like, hey, they can go play anywhere. You got to cut your teeth over there. That's a tough place to play, and you got to be able to play against big grown men.
And my concern is, apparently it's a lower level club team, and from what I'm reading, it's a club team that needs publicity, so it's as much a PR stunt potentially as it is about basketball.
Yeah, and they can't even pay their players. That's the rumor is they haven't been able to make payroll for the last 2 years. So really, is it a team?
But they'll give them big baller shoes,
yeah,
right?
They're going to give them shoes and shirts. That's about it.
Hey, Curt, let's move on from the Ball family. We spent enough time talking about them. We want to talk about the Rams and Chargers. They have huge games coming up, both on the road this weekend with division title implications on the line. Let's start with the Rams. Of course, their turnaround has been well documented. Can they win in Seattle this weekend, which would be a huge victory considering the Seahawks are just one game back of them right now?
Yeah, and it's, as you well know, it's one of the toughest places to win. The loss to Philadelphia, as crazy as it sounds, really an impressive loss in my book. Philadelphia isn't a good team. They're a great team. They're not the same, obviously, without Carson Wentz. But to go into Seattle, remember, Philadelphia lost in Seattle. So now that's a tougher road trip coming from the East Coast to the West Coast and with Seattle's 12th man. But Pete Carroll has a great history of closing at the end of the year. And it's going to be a tough game. If the mathematics are, if they win, so they're up 2 games with 2 to go. If they lose, Seattle all but has the division because they're not in a tie. It's a 1-game lead because they've got the tiebreaker. So it's tough. I mean, but I'll tell you this, Sean McVay is, to me, coach of the year right now. What he has done, the positive influence that he takes, the teaching level, what he's done with Jared Goff, Todd Gurley's, sophomore jinx is officially in the rearview mirror. He's playing great. Can they? Yeah. Will they? Ooh, I think they're in for another close game.
Well, if the Rams had that turnaround season compared to last year, well, the Chargers are experiencing their own turnaround in season after that slow 0-4 start. Now they go on the road to Kansas City with a chance to take sole possession of first place in the AFC West against Kansas City, who Curt, they're coming off a win against the Raiders at Arrowhead, which is another place that's not easy to win at. Could you see the Chargers pulling off a big win on the road as well?
I can. It's interesting when my brother, he's a school teacher in Colorado, and he's a diehard Bronco and NFL fan, and he sent me a text this morning, and he said, are you folks out there thinking about a all-LA Super Bowl?
Yes.
Yes, we
are.
I
said, yeah, and because, and we'll know in a week. I mean, really in a week, because going back to the Seattle Rams game, if the Rams win this, they're going to win the division. And so then they're going to have one home game for sure. And you really look like, if you watch the Monday night game, everybody is going to start using the rollout to beat New England. They're very obviously susceptible to that. So then you start going, okay, New England and Pittsburgh are both going to get the first-round byes. But the Chargers have proved they can win anywhere. And that is a good defense. And Phillip Rivers in this winning streak has 8 touchdowns without an interception. When they lost to Kansas City earlier this year, and that was a game in September, he threw 3 picks in a game that they were in until the fourth quarter, and he threw 3 picks. So I absolutely think the Chargers can win, and quite frankly, I think they're going to win the division.
Hey, Curt, do you get to travel with either of these teams this weekend to cover those games, or are you back in the studio?
I'm back in the studio because 'tis the season. It seems like everybody's taking their Christmas vacations.
That's right.
I was hoping the same thing, too. I really wanted to go to Arrowhead, quite frankly. But Ashley's on vacation this week, so I'll be doing the Sunday night sports show.
Hey, Curt, one more question for you. Chip Kelly now the head coach at UCLA. Do you like that hire, and were you kind of surprised that they let Mora go in the first place?
I was a little surprised, but Rick Neuheisel, I was even more surprised when they let Rick Neuheisel go. I know he had just lost SC 50-0, but he really was on the verge of turning it around. And as much as I like Jim Mora, the facts are the facts. Mora won with predominantly Rick Neuheisel athletes that he recruited, and including Hundley. So the second part of that is I really believe this. I think college football in Southern California is as good as it's been since Terry Donahue was at UCLA, because now there's a legitimate rivalry. I think he's an unbelievable coach. I think he's a very special coach. Troy Aikman told me, he goes, I really think he could have still had success in the NFL, but having said that, he's a better fit in college. I don't think anybody would disagree with that. And I think in 3 years, man, it's going to have such a profound effect on the Pac-12, because if the Arizona and the Arizona State and the Washingtons, if they don't, they always come to Southern California still to get a lot of their athletes. And if they're all going to USC and UCLA, man, it could be awesome. And I think it will be awesome. I really do. I think it's the best. Troy Aikman said it was the best hire in terms of sports ever at UCLA. And the only one I would put better is whoever hired that guy named John Wooden.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Pretty good hire, too.
Well, Jeff, you had one more thing for the great Curt Sandoval on ABC7, right?
Hey, Curt Sandoval, I'm going to say this. You're probably my second favorite Sandoval in your household, because your wife, Jeannie Zelasco, I've had a boyhood crush on her for years. I used to listen to her on the Mighty 690 when I was driving as a young man, and I used to say, man, I'm in love with that woman because she knows everything about sports. She had a great voice, but she just was so far, I could never get a hold of her. And you, I found out, are married to this lady.
Yeah, she. That's funny you say that, because when I moved to San Diego, I just heard her on the radio, and you know how she goes on radio. The listener pictures something that 99% of the time is not true. Yeah. And I just pictured this woman with blonde hair and just dark hair, and I'm at a Padres game, and someone said, well, ask Jeannie. I said, Jeannie who? And they said, Jeannie Zelasco. I said, and I remember literally going, that's Jeannie Zelasco?
Nice.
And when we went on our first date, I remember she came over to my apartment. She goes, oh, the Angels are on. And she had the remote. And then she looked at me and goes, do you mind if we watch the Angels? And I'm like, oh, man, this is the greatest.
I love her even more.
Hey, Curt, we really appreciate the time. We know it's a busy time of the year for you guys at ABC7, so thank you for taking a couple minutes with us here on the Inland Sports Show. We do appreciate it. And Merry Christmas.
Same to you guys. Merry Christmas. Anytime.
All right, Curt. Thank you, Curt.
You bet. Bye-bye.
All right, that's Curt Sandoval from ABC7. I wonder what people think and picture of you, Jeff, when they hear your voice on the radio.
Beautiful blonde flowing locks.
Is that what they picked?
Yeah, fit. 6'5", 220.
They got it exactly right then, right?
Looks like I've been hanging out at the gun show. Oh, yeah.
So, Jeannie Zalaska, you had a crush on her, like Curt said, before you even saw her. You just heard her voice on the radio.
Oh, I just love any woman that could, talk sports and had a sultry voice. I was like, that Jeannie Zalaska is incredible. And I think my brother's wife had a chance to get to know her at one time. This was before he was married. She was married to Curt. I probably had a shot maybe at one time to maybe have met her. And I know, Curt's probably not a very big guy.
You're a big basketball star.
Yeah, I mean, he was a triathlon guy, obviously. I was reading his bio, and I'm like, come on. He can do push-ups and sit-ups and run and ride a bike. I can run, do. He can't dunk.
Yeah, you can dunk a basketball.
Yeah, I could post up Curt any day of the week. Jeannie Zalaska, I could post up your husband.
Hey, why don't you? I'm sure she's on Twitter. Why don't you get a link to the show today and tweet at her?
And she's gonna say, "Who's this creepy guy?
Who's a weird guy?
Yeah, the weird
he sounds
fellow.
real weird on the radio. Big weirdo.
Yeah, I used to crushed on her big time.
Well, it was awesome to have Curt Sandoval. And again, big weekend for the Rams, big weekend for the Chargers, division titles on the line. And with just 3 weeks to go in the regular season for the NFL, all these games are just so much important under the magnifying glass now as we come down the home stretch, because there's still a bunch of teams that are still in the hunt for the playoffs. I mean, the Browns aren't, the 49ers aren't, but it seems like everybody else is.
But you look at the last game. The Rams almost beat They almost beat them. They almost beat Philly. They had, I think, 80 plays to 40-something plays. I mean, it was twice as many plays. The running back, Gurley, got 16 carries. When he goes over 20 carries, they're 7-0 on the season. So, I mean, they were right there, almost beat them with far few possessions, to say. And man, the Rams are going to win it. I'm telling you, the Rams and Chargers in a Super Bowl, and we're going to go to Minneapolis.
It's funny he brought that up because we've been talking about that as well. That it could happen.
Cool, because everybody hates the Rams and the Chargers except for me.
Let's consider this. Let's say Philadelphia, the Eagles, get home field advantage in the NFC, but they won't have Carson Wentz.
No, he's hurt. He's got that.
So going to Philadelphia,
he's got al dente leg, jiggly leg. He's tore his ACL. It's just jiggling. Yeah, it's pretty cool. No, I mean, seriously, I think the Rams have a shot. I'm telling you, man, they're gonna win it. It's the first year.
They could. I mean, they battled Philadelphia with a healthy Carson Wentz for most of the game, but going to Philadelphia with facing Nick Foles.
Nick Foles.
I gotta be honest, I didn't know he was still in the NFL. The last time I saw Nick Foles, I went to a Rams game last year against the Chiefs. And Alex Smith obviously is the starting quarterback, but Nick Foles was the backup, and I said the same thing. Oh, I didn't know Nick Foles was on the Chiefs.
Nick Foles has been around forever, but I'll tell you, man, Goff and his skinny thinness is gonna. He looks like the guy in The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh, what's his name?
Jack Skellington.
Yeah,
Jack Skellington in the pocket.
That's Jared Goff.
Jared Goff is Jack Skellington in the pocket. He's lanky. He can step over guys. He's got a great arm, and he's going to lead them to victory.
So if that's Jared Goff, I wonder who Phillip Rivers is for the Chargers.
Phillip Rivers is like a superhero. He's an angry superhero. He's like Bane.
But he doesn't cuss.
No, but he's a tough guy, though.
Yeah, he is a tough guy.
He like gets in guys' faces, gets in the offensive linemen's faces. And, yelling at a receiver's nothing because they're a bunch of wimps anyways. But, yeah, he gets right in those offensive, defensive linemen, right in their face, right in their grill.
He wears the bolo tie, a lot of gosh dangs and all that kind of stuff.
Tough guy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't fight him. He's like punching cows, I bet, on the side. He's a cow puncher.
That was my job.
That's
back
what you
in the
did.
day,
You were
right?
a cow milker.
Well, I was milking them.
Same thing.
Just milking them.
Same thing.
Hey, when we come back here on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM, we got those details on the 33rd annual IE All-Star Classic. We'll hit you with those again. More fallout from the big Curt Bruick move going from Redlands East Valley to Citrus Valley. Yeah, Vinny Fazio talked about it. I got stopped twice today by people asking me about Curt Bruick.
Okay, do you know who the coach at Vista Marietta is going to be?
I heard a name.
Vinny Fazio.
That's what I heard, too.
Did you know who's getting the job at Redlands?
Who?
Vinny Fazio.
Is his name out there everywhere?
On every single wish list is Vinny Fazio.
Vinny Fazio is a free agent.
He is.
His name is out there. In every opening, his name is linked to it.
Every time I say his name, I get $5 from Vinny Fazio.
Is that what's happening?
It is, yes.
That's why you're saying it.
Vinny Fazio.
Oh, my goodness. When we come back, we've got all that plus world famous Intern Angel's going to check back in a little bit later in the show.
He's back?
He's back by phone, live from Troy.
He's big time now.
All right, we'll be right back here on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
What is this?
The Inland Empire's home for all things IE just got
How you guys doing? I'm Coach Ray again. We're here at the Boost Performance Center with the one and only Pep Fernandez. So today's tip, I'm going to go over the shuttle run. So really, the shuttle run is a great drill to measure lateral speed, power, and change of direction. So we're going to go over that today, and it's a drill that can benefit really, again, any type of field sport, whether you're a basketball player, football, volleyball, soccer. If you got to change directions, you got to be quick. Shuttle runs for you. Okay, so Jacob's going to demonstrate the shuttle run here. We're going to start off with the stance. So he's going to have his feet about hip width. Now, this is really important because a lot of times you get guys who try to shift their stance. You got to split the line evenly, and you want to make sure your toes are forward. You want to make sure your feet are right underneath your hips, all right? So he's going to have his feet forward and underneath their hips. All right, now, when I say set, he's going to drop down very quickly. Whatever hand is down is the direction that you have to go. So he's going to go to his left first, so he's got to have his left hand down. Now, his right hand is going to be right here. All right, it's going to be right in front of his body. His elbow's going to be flexed. Hand's going to be right under his chin. All right. So when I say he's going to drop down really fast. All right, he's going to put his hand down, left hand down on top of the line, right hand underneath his chin. Ready, set. All right, relax. All right, so that's the stance there. We don't want to hold the stance any longer than about 3 seconds. All right. So we want to be in and out. All right, now let's talk about the first touch. Once he leaves, all right, his first movement, that timer is going to start. He's going to give me a nice lateral run coming out. So he's not going to turn his head and turn his body to run. He's going to lateral run coming out. And then we make our first touch. He's going to do what's called a wedge cut. It's a double foot cut, and he's going to touch right outside of his feet here. So he's going to touch the line with his left hands. He's going to do a wedge cut, a double foot cut. He's going to have a nice angle at the shins. He's going to touch right outside of the foot. So now I'm heading back in the direction I want to go. All right, that angle is really important. So we're going to nice wedge cut here, left hand touch. We'll wedge cut it here with the right, and then we'll sprint through for the finish. 5, 10, 5. Here we go. You ready, Jacob? So he's going to go on me. Set. Go. Get back. Finish right in the middle. Good, right there. Now, typically, you want to finish with your head down. All right, you want to maintain that forward lean. There you have it. Shuttle run.
Welcome to the local sports leader in the Inland Empire, the Inland Sports Show. You can find us on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM every single Saturday at 11 a.m. plus live and amplified around the world on the Inland Sports channel on YouTube. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button.
This is Kenny Clark from the Green Bay Packers, and you're watching the Inland Sports Show.
Inland Sports is the undisputed sports leader in the IE and two-time finalist for the top TV radio show in the Inland Empire, thanks to our big-name guests, exclusive interviews, video highlights, and of course, nobody breaks more news than Inland Sports. Hosted by Big Salty Jeff Gorham and the IE Media Personality of the Year, Pep Fernandez, honored by the CIF Southern Section with its Champion for Character Award, the National Football Foundation, the Southern California Football Coaches Association, the Inland Empire Baseball Coaches Association, and the San Bernardino City Unified School District. We've teamed up with some outstanding companies in our community that are proud to call the IE home, and they care about local sports.
Hey, what's up, Pep? You too cool to come down here, man? Too big time now?
You can join our team too. If you're a local business or owner, shoot us an email at inlandsportshow@gmail.com. Nobody covers local sports like Inland Sports. Find us on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.
Always want to play the best teams, even in the playoffs. If we win the playoffs, I want it to be like we earned it.
Help us spread the word, and thanks for making Inland Sports the local sports leader in the Inland Empire. Welcome to the local sports leader in the Inland Empire, the Inland Sports Show. You can find us on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM every single Saturday at 11 a.m. plus live and amplified around the world on the Inland Sports channel on YouTube. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button.
This is Kenny Clark from the Green Bay Packers, and you're watching the Inland Sports Show.
KUBE Riverside.
Now back to the Inland Sports Show. Here's Pep and Jeff.
Jeff, how are you feeling over there, man?
I feel horrible, guys. I'm telling you.
You look awful.
Oh, man, I've got so many drugs in me. I mean, legal ones. I got Halls, triple soothing action.
You got NyQuil, right?
I got NyQuil. I got these little these gel caps. But I'll tell you what, our off-air conversations are ridiculous. If people could just hear what we talk about off-air, ridiculous.
Man, all our secrets would be exposed.
Yeah. We'd be, like we said, we'd be
all
on
your secrets is what I mean.
We would be moving from AM to FM to satellite radio overnight just because, we're wacky today. We got a full house. We have tamales in here. We got guys wearing funny shoes and funny shorts. Seriously, like, can our two interns look any more like brothers? They seriously hanging out
straight out of the Gap catalog, right?
Are you guys live in Redlands or what? You guys work? You guys fixing golf carts? Are you guys deckhands on a boat?
You would think it's like they have a uniform on.
Yeah,
right?
they even go.
Looking good, man.
You guys all go to the same barber? You got like this part cut in your head? God, you know what? I just really want to punch both of these guys.
Well, it must be the NyQuil kicking in.
I'm telling you, the show's going off the rails, guys. I'm losing my mind.
Dude, when I take the NyQuil, it always makes me more drowsy than it does make me feel better. So
I'm
I
sleepy.
stay away from. Yeah, because I'm like, okay, I'll just go right to sleep.
I have no idea where I am right now, at all. I'm gonna have to Uber home.
Well, welcome back to the Inland Sports Show. With that introduction, back as we start our second hour here in just a moment.
Are we back on the air?
Oh, this is all live, Jeff.
Oh, good golly! All right.
Welcome back to Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. We just had Curt Sandoval from ABC7 talking about the Rams and the Chargers. And they have huge games coming up this weekend.
Husband of Jeannie Zelasco.
Jeannie Zelasco, who she used to be on like the MLB coverage on one of the stations.
She has done it all.
Yeah, but where is she now?
Does it matter?
Tweet her. I bet you she's on Twitter.
Hey, one of you deckhands over there, can you
put down the Banana Republic catalog?
Yeah, can you stop swabbing the decks and let us know? Stop waxing my board over there. And let us know what Jeannie Zelasco's doing.
Yeah, I'm just curious because we see Curt Sandoval all the time at ABC7. And like he said, he wanted to make the trip out to Kansas City, Arrowhead Stadium, where the Chargers would be playing the Chiefs for first place in the AFC West. But it is Christmas time. We're getting real close. People are taking time off, and he's going to be, I won't say stuck in the studio because it's a good time to get behind the anchor desk, but he wanted to go out to that game. I would love to see a football game at Arrowhead. Those fans, the Kansas City Chiefs fans, are nuts. We have an update, Jeff?
Yes, we do. She's part of our family. She's part of the Fox Sports West family in Los Angeles. She works for the Beast, AM 980.
Okay.
Maybe we can...
Wait, no, that thing's dead.
Well, no, it's not.
Yeah, I think that thing's dead.
Oh, this is out of touch.
Yeah.
What is that? What is this thing called? It's.
I'll let you research it. But yeah, I think that thing's dead.
Whatever. Yeah. I still love her. Jeannie Zelasco.
She'll always be Jeannie Zelasco.
Yeah, but she's with Curt Sandoval. All he does is run marathons and stuff.
He's an athletic guy. He likes sports.
I'm a tough guy. I can power lift.
Well, we are excited to have Curt Sandoval on the show. One of our former interns who's now an intern for Curt at ABC7. World famous intern Angel's going to check in about 30 minutes, and we're going to talk some USC sports because he's our boots on the ground in Troy.
He knows
all the USC sports.
He does, but he's also at Rams games. He caught a touchdown in the Coliseum last week.
That's right. We have video of him catching a touchdown after the game, running through the Coliseum.
I think Curt threw him the pass.
Yeah, I think Curt Sandoval did throw him the football.
Come on. I'm catching touchdowns in Vista Del Lago. He's at the Coliseum.
It's not quite the same.
Hey, you know who's going to be the coach of Vista Del Lago, I heard?
I heard a name. Is it the same one you heard?
Vinny Fazio.
Congratulations, Vinny.
You've been tabbed at...
Let's see. So that's 4 different schools. So how much money do you get from Vinny now that you put his name with all those different schools?
$40.
$40?
$40.
Vinny, you own $40.
Yes.
And that price tag might go up by the end of the show.
We're going to get his name in many more times.
What's another job that's open out there?
Well, you got A.B. Miller. You got Vista Marietta.
Redlands, Rev.
Maybe Notre Dame.
Yeah, maybe Notre Dame.
Vinny Fazio was
Temecula Valley.
Temecula Valley, definitely Vinny Fazio.
Yeah, definitely Vinny Fazio.
So, yes, they're all his
There's $50. Now we're at 50. Keep a running tab on this, right? But the big news, obviously, is we're talking high school football coaching openings and who's on the move. Curt Bruick, we broke the news yesterday. He was kind enough to join us live on the show. 3:05 yesterday. You can watch that show on the Inland Sports Channel right now as he interviewed for about the first 10, 15 minutes of the show. And he had a lot of great candid answers. You know, it's kind of kind of a scary move when you go to a new position. You've got new administration, especially when you helped put a program on the map. He established Wildcat football. I mean, they won a state championship. They won their first CIF title. He had a number of guys get scholarships. A couple made it to the NFL. I mean, he put his heart and soul into a program, and now to make the jump in the same town to, I guess, what you consider another rival, although it's not the direct rival. That would be Redlands, obviously. But still, that's kind of tough. And you could kind of hear it in some of his answers that it was a tough decision, but it was the right decision. And it depends where you fall. Like, hey, some people are going to come out of the woodwork and say, oh, man, I am so happy for Coach B. He's going to do great at Citrus Valley. And some people are going to come out and say, well, he should have stayed at Redlands East Valley. Why is he doing that? Citrus Valley, it's not as good as Rev. They're in a lower division. Da-da-da-da-da. But he had his reasons.
And sometimes, he was a good player himself. And if you're a good player, you have a little selfishness about you. That's what made you a elite player. And sometimes you have to make a decision for yourself, which is best for your family. And that's being kind of selfish, but also think about all the kids he's had. You have 16 years he's the coach?
Yeah.
That's 1,600 kids plus in his program that he has mentored. He'll do the same.
Like a second father, too.
Yeah, he'll do the same over across the way. And those guys that he coached and established and taught to be young men, he'll be fine. It's a selfish in a sense that he gets to be by his daughter, which who wouldn't
closer to home where his daughter's going to go to school.
Who wouldn't want to do that?
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
And he gets to wear gold suits on the sideline.
That got a pretty good run. So we broke the news yesterday that Curt Bruick was going to Citrus Valley when, got some retweets and some likes and all that good stuff. But you put out the suit.
The suit did it there.
And everyone loved it.
Everyone loves it.
Where did you find that suit? What was that?
I just Googled gold suit, and I typed in Curt Bruick, and it said Curt Bruick gold suit, and I'm like, there it is. So I just pulled it up, and there it was.
And that's what he's going to wear on the sideline.
Yes,
that's his official sideline attire.
He better wear it, for gosh sakes.
So Curt Bruick's on the move, and we knew it was big news, but then I got up this morning, and again, like all my stories, there I was minding my own business. I had two different people, I'll tell one of the stories, hit me up out of the blue. I was going through a drive-thru. I won't say you where because they're not a sponsor, but we'd love to have them on. I was going through a drive-thru, and I'm paying for my food, and the guy said, man, you got Curt Bruick on the show yesterday. And I was like, bingo, we got the following. They're moving from Saturdays to weekdays with us. I was like, yeah, we did. Did you hear it? And he's like, yeah. He's like, I'm so surprised. He's like, I'm a Citrus Valley student, and we are all fired up. And he asked me the big question I think a lot of people are going to want to know. Oh, man, do you think all those Rev kids are going to transfer? You can't follow a coach, though. You can't do that.
No,
the CIF will rule you illegal.
You got to wait a year.
Yeah.
You got to wait a year.
So I was like, I don't know. If you're at Redlands East Valley and you like the school and you live right there, you're not going to leave.
No.
But if you're an 8th grader and you have that decision to make coming up what high school you're going to go to, then there's a fork in the road for a lot of these kids. But, yeah, I was just surprised that, again, there I was, minding my own business, doing my own thing. And he's like, whoa, Curt Bruick, you got him on the show. What do you think? And he had all these questions. He was all fired up, big smile on his face.
Of course. They got a good coach. Ready to go.
So Curt Bruick on the move to Citrus Valley. And, again, they're Division 8. Rev is Division 2. So maybe from the outside looking in, you're like, oh, well, he can go in and win a CIF championship. But we've talked to Curt Bruick before. He wants to be at the very top. It's not like he's going to be satisfied just taking Citrus Valley to a CIF championship in Division 8, which would be great, and I'm sure he'll take it in a heartbeat. But ultimately, he's probably wanting to build that program up to where the standards he had at Redlands East Valley. Like, he wants to be recognized as one of the top teams in Southern California. In the state, Redlands East Valley won that state title against the Clayton Valley Ugly Eagles.
The Ugly Eagles.
You remember that?
Right. I do. But, he did say, I plan on coaching another 15, 16 years.
Yeah, he'll be around for a while.
So, he's going to be there. He'll establish. Like anywhere, it's going to take a little while. He can't just go in and obviously win unless you have the horses right away. But they'll develop under his tutelage, and the younger kids that are playing, they're going to run that system, and they're going to be fine. They'll be good. Give them 2-3 years. They'll be in the mix with any of the big boys in the area.
Do you know who might take over the Rev job?
Vinny Fazio.
No! No, $60. $60. Vinny Fazio. His name is just being attached to every opening out there.
You know, and the thing is with Vinny Fazio is he's got a book too. It's the 3-5 book, I think it's calling it. So if you're looking
3-5 defense?
The 3-5 defense.
He likes those 5 linebackers, you know?
Yeah, you know.
Real hardy in the middle of that defense.
So if you need, look up Vinny Fazio on Twitter, and he'll sell you his book.
Hey, we talked to him before the show began, before we got on the air, and he's going to call us on Friday once he gets into Las Vegas. I believe he's going to the Las Vegas Bowl. He's told me before that he and his buddies, it's kind of like an annual trip. They go out to the Las Vegas Bowl and check that out and just have a good boys' time out.
I guess so.
But he's going to be in Vegas on Friday. He's going to call us. We're going to talk about a lot of these high school football head coaching openings that are current right now because, again, I know it's Christmas and it feels like that football season for next year is way off on the horizon. We're still wrapping up this one with Cajon against Sarah on Friday, but if you get through Christmas and you get through the first of the year, and all of a sudden we're getting into spring ball and you still don't have a head coach, all of a sudden you're behind everybody else. So you got to move on some of these jobs pretty quickly.
Yeah, and that was the problem last year. You know, last year Redlands seemed like it was open forever, and it
did seem like it.
And it kind of puts a coach behind the 8 ball. But not by his own doing. It's just he gets the job late.
You step in when you get the call and you take over because Jim Walker. We broke the news on the Inland Sports Show.
Now tell us the story. Jim Walker goes. Where did he tell you?
Oh, you want the whole story?
This is a great
I guess
story.
I can share this now,
this
right?
This is a great one. Yes, you can
I'm
share
sure
it.
Jim Walker's in Pennsylvania
pull back the
now.
Curtain here.
Jim Walker's in Pennsylvania, the longtime coach at RHS, 25 years, the most winningest coach in the long blue line. So he retired last season. We all know that, right? And we broke the news on the Inland Sports Show, and he was so kind to hit us up. But this is how it kind of unfolded. And again, I'm sure Coach Walker's not going to mind that I'm sharing this, but he hit me up out of the blue, and he's like, "Hey, Pep, let's do lunch." It's like, awesome, dude. I'd love to do lunch. You're the best. It's Coach Walker, man. He's an icon. So I was like, where do you want to go? And I threw out a name of a local place, and he's like, no, I need something a little more secluded, something a little more private. I'm like, oh, whoa, hold on.
Something you
what's
can wear a
going on
smoking jacket and drink some scotch and smoke a stogie.
So we ended up at the Tartan. I'll just throw it out there, the Tartan in Redlands.
Old school bar here in
it's kind of his place. So we get a table in the back, and it sounds like the Godfather.
It's like a speakeasy. You had to get a certain name to get in the very back room.
You had to say a certain code word to get in. Knock knock, long blue line. Okay, come on in. So we go in the back in the corner, and we're getting our food, and he passes me an envelope.
Full of money?
Oh, I wish it wasn't money at all.
Full of coupons?
No, it was basically his letter saying that he was retiring, and he's like, "Here's the deal: my principal knows, my wife knows, and now you know. So if the word gets out, because I knew about a week or two before it all went down, he's like, if the word gets out, he's like, I know my wife's not talking, and my principal doesn't want it to get out. I know it's going to be you." So that was one of the hardest things I ever had to do was keep my mouth shut for it was like 2 weeks. It was like a week or two. So we broke bread. We had a fine meal, and he's like, "All right, now you know. I'm giving you the news." And I'm very appreciative from Coach Walker because I did want to break the news. That was a pretty cool deal. He and I got pretty tight over the years. I was like, "Hey, your secret's safe with me. I'm going to seal it in the vault. It's not coming out. I'm not going to say anything about anything. I don't know anything."
Well, he's part of the mafia. Jim Walker, he left.
The Godfather.
You thought he left to go coach somewhere, and he's in the witness relocation program.
Oh, the story gets it was an amazing story. And then I saw him. Where was it? Was it the Ken? I think it was the Ken Hubbs Awards.
That's right.
And I said, "Hey, Coach, man, it was great to see you. I haven't seen you since the IE All-Star Classic, which he won his final game at the IE All-Star Classic." It's like, "I haven't seen you in a while. What's cracking now?" And he's like, "I'm coming out of retirement." It's like, "Whoa, hey, hold on. You gave me the exclusive, like we broke the news, like we made it such a huge deal." And he's like, No. He's like, I'm moving to Pennsylvania to be closer to his son Jimmy, who was playing quarterback for Robert Morris University. And he's like, I'm going to do some junior high football.
Yeah.
In his Winnebago. He just got in his Winnebago, and he took off for the East Coast. And
he changed his name. Yeah, he's no longer Coach Walker. He is an
alias.
An alias.
Yeah.
He's hanging out with the Amish in Philadelphia.
He's out there.
From Pennsylvania, yeah.
No, I think he likes his Winnebago electricity too much for that.
No. He's an Amish man now.
All right, so that was the great Jim Walker. So a lot of movement in Redlands right now. So if you think about it, RHS and Rev both need head coaches as of today.
Benny Fazio's coaching both teams.
He's going to do both in the same year?
He's going to coach both teams.
That's unprecedented.
No, he's a man of mystery.
Wait, so you were at $60. Is it $80 now? Because you mentioned 2 schools on the same time again.
He's going to Vegas.
Oh my gosh! All right, when we come back here on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM, world famous. He made headlines when he teamed up with Sam Darnold to go viral at USC, right?
Yes.
Say they teamed up. They joined forces on that one.
The creepy wink. The creepy wink.
Well, you know what? We should get the backstory on that because I know we've kind of texted back and forth about it, but I'd love to get the story from his mouth about the wink seen around the world at the USC football game, the Rose Bowl to be specific last year. So we got Intern Angel coming up. We got Jackson Wood, the head basketball coach at Hillcrest High School.
Abe Lincoln. He looks just like Abe Lincoln.
He's got a nice beard.
A great beard, Abe Lincoln.
And a little bit later in our final hour, Daniel Gonzalez out of Redlands East Valley High School, San Bernardino Valley College, and the U of R. He is an All-American, one of a very select company for the Bulldogs. Only 6 all-time have been first-team All-Americans at the University of Redlands. So we'll talk to Daniel Gonzalez as well. We will be right back. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports 1350 AM.
Next, come on. What do you want?
Santa?
Yeah, I'm Santa. Come on, what do you want?
Barbie? Say cheese.
Okay, fine, Barbie. Oh, thank you. Ow, what's the toenails, kid?
The Inland Empire's home for all things IE just got even better. Introducing the award-winning Inland Sports Show with Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Weekdays 3 to 6 p.m.
Your local sports leader in the Inland Empire. Fox Sports IE 1350.
With AT&T, you get more than just unlimited data. You also get HBO included for no extra charge. And you get more announcers, like this news anchor.
Thanks, Megan. This just in, with AT&T, you get more.
The soap opera presenter.
Once you watch HBO's dramas, you'll want more.
Movie trailer guy.
In a world of unlimited plans, one company, AT&T, gives you more blockbuster entertainment.
Game show guy.
With unlimited data and HBO for no extra charge, you are today's big winner!
And sports announcers.
Holy cow, that is an incredible deal, Chip. One word.
I played once upon a time at Centennial High School. I was actually on the first ever CIF championship team back in 2000, and then my senior year we won it again. I think that's my passion because I've done it. You know, I know exactly where these athletes are at. I know what their mindset is right now. I know how hard it is to, number one, find a performance coach who can take you to the next level. What sets us apart has to be, you know, how we work with our athletes and what we know. We can take an athlete and you know, help them reach their athletic potential, you know, help them, you know, prevent injuries, help get them stronger. I know every single athlete who steps into this gym. I know exactly where they're at, and I'm going to progress them every week. If you're not getting results, then, you know, really what's it about? We're going to deliver something that's measurable, you know, in terms of speed, power, you know, strength, agility.
We're a small family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cajelco, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car. Whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
There are thousands of children in foster care who don't need every question answered.
Why is pizza round?
They just need you. For more information on how you can adopt, go to adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Welcome back to a spoiler-free edition of the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports.
There are 6 spoilers, 6 punches in your face when we see Star Wars.
Hey,
Six of them.
We had the Sith Lord, Matt Logan, head football coach at Centennial, on the show yesterday, and I was looking at you, Jeff, throwing daggers at you with my eyes, saying you better not spoil this for myself and Matt Logan. We're big Star Wars nerds. I couldn't handle that.
I got us tickets tomorrow night, 7:15 at the Riverside Plaza. Pep Fernandez and I are sitting dead center.
Are we really? Is that where the ticket
We are
is?
dead center in our reserve seating. He will have his Kit Kat. We will have our Jelly Bellies that Jim Clover brought into us, which I saved.
Oh, that's right.
And we're going to, you know what? I heard, I'll tell you what, though. We're grown men.
Hey,
there's a chance we might cry.
Jeff, listen.
But what if
saying it,
But
man.
I'm just saying, what if we're watching a movie and I look over? What if you see me crying?
Okay.
What if I see you crying?
Listen.
Do I say anything? I mean, seriously.
No, I'm not going to cry.
You're going to cry.
No.
You're sensitive. You're in touch with your feelings.
No, I'm not. I'm not at all.
I am.
No.
I might cry. If you see me crying, if you tell anybody, I swear I'll punch you. I'll punch you square in the neck.
Here's the deal, though. Full story. So, Jeff, I don't know what you were doing on Twitter, but you stumbled into some Star Wars.
I was looking at Star Wars.
Why, dude?
The reviews. I looked up spoiler-free reviews,
no.
and I'm starting to read it, and all of some jerk face put these 6 spoilers on there. And I said, "You can please don't." And my eyes burned.
You clicked on it.
I couldn't stop. I couldn't turn away.
So listen. So the Inland Sports Show is live and amplified right now on the Inland Sports Channel. So I hang out on YouTube a lot.
We're less than 27 hours away, my friend. Less than 27 hours away.
And that's why I'm so mad that you couldn't wait.
I didn't mean to. I haven't spoke it out loud.
I don't even go on YouTube
anymore.
anymore.
If I don't say it, it doesn't exist. So maybe it's not right or real. But I'll tell you what. If I see you crying, I'm going to laugh at you.
Think about it.
If you cry, I'm laughing.
No, I'm not laughing. No, I'm not going to cry.
You're going to cry.
But you are going to cry.
I probably will.
And we're going to talk about it on Friday because we're going to go Thursday night. We'll come back in here on Friday. We'll give you our analysis. But no spoilers.
Can we give away spoilers on Friday?
No, Jeff,
I think anybody that's driving, we just tell them the entire movie.
We're going to recite the whole thing.
People are driving in their cars going, I'm going to... They're going to be really mad at us.
Yeah, we can't do that. That would be so messed up.
But they did say, though, when you leave...
Jeff, just stop, man. I don't know.
2 years.
I don't know what you clicked on Twitter. I don't know what you know. I don't want to know.
2 years to think about it.
Nope.
Do you think Luke Skywalker's going to have a blade? Do you think he's going to use the blade?
Yeah, I think he is.
I can't wait.
Jeff, I got to stop thinking about it, man. I got to be serious. I got to stop thinking about this.
Kylo Ren, I love that guy. And Rey, she's so cute. She's adorable.
Yeah, she's
adorable.
She really is. But
I can't wait.
I'm staying off YouTube.
Darth Vader in this one, you think? He could have a Force ghost. There could be an Anakin Force ghost. How about Jar Jar Binks? They said there's some origin stories.
No.
There's some origin stories. The origin of Jar Jar Binks.
As Cal Baptist head basketball coach Rick Croy put it on our show last week, Jar Jar Binks is the one that turned him away from Star Wars. Single-handedly, Jar Jar flipped Rick Croy in the opposite direction.
He's a Sith Lord. There's the spoiler right there. Jar Jar Binks was the Sith Lord. He is Snoke.
But maybe, Jeff, just consider this. Maybe you read something that is not true because there's so many
not
things.
True because I cried when I read it.
There are so many things on YouTube. Again, YouTube's where I live. That's where I hang out. There's so many things on YouTube that I'm pretty sure are not real. Like 99% of that stuff is just junk.
It's not scripture? YouTube is not scripture?
It's not scripture. No, it did not come down from the mountain, and it's not going to be true.
I'm telling you, man, when I read it, I cried. I was in the gym by myself, and I cried. I cried really loud. I had a tear roll down my face.
You've got to stop, though.
I can't wait.
So on Friday, think about this. We will have Star Wars to unpack, right? Talk about.
Yes.
Spoiler free though.
No, I'm ruining it for everybody.
And Cajon football playing on Friday at 4:00 in the CIF Division II AA State Championship.
I'm going to spoil that too. I'm going to spoil it. I'm going to
we will because maybe someone's DVRing it at home on their TV and they're like, I'm going to turn on Pep and Jeff and watch the Cajon game when I get home. And we're like, Cowboys just scored. Jaden Daniel, school record.
14-0. Cowboys.
Oh, Jeff.
And Luke Skywalker.
Well, we will give updates on the Cajon Cowboys on Friday for sure. They kick off at 4. We go live until 6. So we'll get a majority of that game in here on our show. And anything that happens, we will bring it to you live right here on the show. But the end, when they crown a state champion, we'll be off the air. But we'll tweet that out. We'll get it on the website.
Okay, can we get back to Star Wars again?
Jeff.
No, seriously. Tomorrow, am I going to buy you a beverage? Or since I bought the tickets, you buy me the beverage?
See, I can't drink during the movie because I don't want to get up.
Well, come on. You have, what, a thimble full of soda? A Dixie cup? Nothing? You go into the movie theater dry?
I will go in parched.
Wow.
Parched.
I just bring a big, giant cup.
No.
And just drink it.
You can't do that.
I can't wait.
They're saying this is the longest Star Wars movie on record.
2 hours and 29 minutes.
Aren't you excited?
And 18 seconds.
Oh, 229, just goodness.
I can't wait. We got those big cushy seats that recline. I'm sick, though. I can fall asleep during the movie. Yeah,
you would hate yourself.
I would, but I get to see it again Saturday. I'm going again Saturday.
Are you really?
I got to take the kids. I got 3 boys.
So you got us the big cushy seats. Because we talked about this before. Usually when you go with another guy, you have the seat in between you.
No, it's seat in between.
But I have to sit right next to you.
Right next to me.
But you're sick too.
Yeah, we're gonna hold hands. I might put my arm. But the seats are so big, I really can't put my arm around you. But we could reach out and hold hands if we want. If we get a little scared.
No, I definitely won't. I'm definitely not crying. In fact, I just touched your cell phone. I went straight to the bathroom and washed my hands because whatever you got right now,
typhoid.
I don't want any of that.
I have typhoid and I have the bubonic plague. I told you I've been kissing squirrels in the mountain.
I've got oranges. We'll fight off that scurvy if you need that. But
yeah, I could eat that. I could eat oranges. That fixes my scurvy. I've been on a lot of boats like our 2 interns here.
They're on lots of boats.
I don't understand the way these young kids dress nowadays. He's wearing like soccer shoes and shorts that are small enough for my 10-year-old.
Maybe they just did an Old Navy ad. I have no idea.
They do. They're good-looking guys, though, and single.
Yeah.
There's a reason they're single.
They look like they could be brothers.
They do.
Like, really, they could be brothers, right?
Step brothers.
Oh, my goodness. All right, the 33rd annual Inland Empire All-Star Classic is coming up January 13th at Centennial High School. That's why we had the original Sith Lord, Matt Logan, on the show yesterday to kind of hype it up. Centennial, if you're just coming out from under a rock in the IE, they are the evil empire, and they're proud of it. In fact, I just got because remember, we had obviously Matt Logan on the show yesterday, right? And we were talking about the fact that they had that wacky 9-game schedule.
Yes.
Wasn't that wacky?
Wild, wacky stuff.
It doesn't make a lot of sense, but they can't get anybody to play them. That's the problem.
Ken Batdorf said he'd play him over at Norte Vista anytime he wants.
Well, I guess they could, right?
They could.
I guess they could.
I could set that up.
They could. But I actually got a text message from the great Bill Gunn, the athletic director at Centennial, this morning. And he was just so excited to say, hey, we've got a full 10-game schedule. And he actually sent me a copy of it in case we want to
read it on air.
So one more time, Matt Logan broke the news yesterday about his non-league schedule. But, man, why is my phone acting all crazy? So they're going to play Chandler from Arizona. Orange Lutheran is their second game. Pittsburgh, again, not Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
California.
Pittsburgh, California, who's playing for a state championship against Narbonne this weekend. In Narbonne, so actually the two teams playing for the 1A state title this weekend, they'll see them in back-to-back weeks
nice.
this upcoming
They'll beat
fall.
them both.
Well, they blew both those teams out this past year. And finally, Valley View. Remember, we had the Eagles on the show.
Local
they made that
guys.
announcement. Yeah, so pretty nice little non-league schedule. And, again, I hit up Bill Gunn, the AD, when we were texting back and forth with that team who reached out to me and said, hey, we want a piece of Centennial. I said, let's make it happen. But be careful what you wish for. But, yeah, let's make that happen.
That's right.
So we'll see. Bill said they're good for 2018. The Centennial Huskies have their football schedule locked in. But 2019, time to get to work. Time to schedule some of those schools for 2019 so they can have that full 10-game schedule. Because, again, when you're at the Evil Empire, it's tough to get teams to play you. Who wants to play you? Who wants to get beat? Centennial, right?
Hey, Vinny Fazio will play him.
Whatever team he's at.
Hey, he's going to be coaching 6 schools next year. He can play him.
He's going to be somewhere.
Yeah.
And he's going to be coaching.
Yes, he is.
When we come back here on the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE 1350 AM, it is world famous.
I can't wait.
Intern Angel. He went viral, and I like to think we take a little credit for that.
I'm viral right now. All of you guys are getting
You
sick
look awful, Jeff.
I feel awful.
You look like a mess. We'll be right back on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
I want to see Francis.
Francis is busy.
Busy doing what?
He's having his bath.
Oh, really? Where are they hosing him
down? We focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. Don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
Run. How do fish learn how to swim?
Kids ask a lot of questions.
How high can you jump?
But you don't have to know every answer.
How many phone numbers are there?
Because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent.
How do cell phones work?
There are thousands of children in foster care who don't need every question answered.
What's electricity?
They just need you.
What's the moon made of?
For more information on how you can adopt, go to adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
And welcome back to the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM. We're here every single day of your life from 3 to 6 p.m. talking nothing but Inland Empire sports. Now join us on the show. He's a real OG. He's one of the originals here on the Inland Sports Show, and he went viral. We got to talk about that as well. It's world famous Intern Angel. You are a viral star, aren't you, Angel?
Apparently, I had the wink seen around the world. Didn't hear from you guys, man. You guys are still intact. Good to hear that. Gorham's doing good, too. Okay, I listened earlier in the show, and I feel like Gorham's having one of those Michael Jordan flu games.
I am.
Where, like in between commercial breaks, are you falling into Pep's arms? And, are you guys rehydrating, or?
Nah, I'm too drunk on all this medication. I'm just...
He spends a lot of time in the bathroom.
Yeah. I went and blew my nose, and people in the building were like, what's wrong with that guy? Why is there an elephant here? It sounded like this. So it sounded like it was horrible.
He looks awful, man. Angel. He looks like a mess over here.
I am a mess.
But yeah, we did compare that yesterday. Remember we were talking about Jeff over here had some of his best basketball games when he was feeling under the weather. We did compare him to the great Michael Jordan. They're practically the same person.
We are focused. I am focused today. I could go out and score about 35.
There we go, baby.
Yes.
But world famous, yes, he became America's darling when he winked at the camera during that Sam Darnold interview, and he went viral. And he got his start right here on the Inland Sports Show, and we're glad to have him back. So, Angel, you are our boots on the ground when it comes to USC. You're in Troy, right?
I'm right here in the land of Troy, man. No better place to be right now. I'm sure we'll get to talking about SC. Big game coming up against Ohio State. A lot of IE ties in that game, actually. I'm sure you know, Pep.
Well, see, he's also, Angel is another third in Chicago guy, JW North High School, right?
Yeah.
So not only does
Third
he
in
know
Chicago, man.
That's where he hangs out, man. Third in Chicago, right down the street here from our Inland Sports studio. And so, of course, he knows the IE guys on USC, but he also knows his boy Marcus Baugh. Did you grow up with Ohio State tight end Marcus Baugh? Did you guys run in the same circles?
You know what? At North, he was pretty much the big man on campus by the time I arrived there. I had to take over that throne once he graduated.
That's right.
But Marcus, I mean, he put together a nice little career. I know he had a bit of a bumpy start there with some legal issues we don't talk about, but he turned it around very nicely. I've seen some draft boards seeing him as high as a 4th-round pick. But, Jeff saw him in person the other day, I think.
I saw him catch a touchdown. It was awesome in the big house. And I was going, yes, it's Marcus Baugh. And then, of course, the only other guy that was looking at me was Dikembe Martin. And he was like, yeah.
Yep.
Dikembe's pretty quiet. So he was like, yeah, that was a nice job.
Dikembe's got that Lonzo Ball dynamic.
Yeah.
He kind of does.
Yeah,
I guess he does a little bit.
He looks just like Justin Bieber, though. We were discussing. He looks, if you look at Dikembe Martin, he looks like Justin Bieber.
Yeah, it paid off in high school.
Yes, it did.
We got world-famous intern Angel here, of course. It's the Ohio State and USC. Is it the Cotton Bowl? Because it sounds like the Rose Bowl, but I know it's not. It's the Cotton Bowl, I believe.
Yeah, it's the Cotton Bowl. They're going to be teaming up at Jerry's World, AT&T Stadium. The Trojans obviously don't like to remember what happened the last time they played there. Got pantsed by Alabama a bit. That still stings a little, but it's going to be great, man. And I think, we can kind of make it a John W. North Poly matchup because we got Wakili Ross on one side from Riverside Poly and Marcus Baugh from John W. North. So people are calling it the Cotton Bowl. It's really the East Side Riverside Bowl, man.
That's right. You're exactly right. With Keely's obviously he stepped into and got more minutes, more playing time in that USC secondary. And how about Stephen Carr, the running back out of Summit, the true freshman? He got a lot of touches, world famous.
Yeah, he sure did, man. Start the car, as the USC fans like to say. They were revving it up early this year. The guy, he had a lot of injury problems throughout the year. Basically, after that Texas game, he was slowed down. But when he was in there, I was texting Pep during USC games. This kid's going to be a superstar. He was averaging like 6 yards a carry. It's pretty fun to watch.
Do you run into some of these guys around campus, in your class, hanging out at the gym?
Yeah, we run into each other. I try to stay away from their side of the gym because they got the alpha male dynamic.
They have the free
and I stick to ellipticals and lifting machines. Which is very apparent.
Hey, where the girls?
Yeah, that's where the ladies hang out, but that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
Exactly.
There we go, man.
Can I spot you?
Yeah. We got world famous here on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. Yes, Jeff.
Yeah, Angel, tell us what you're doing for the USC. What are you doing up there? You're covering all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, man, I'm just trying to get the reps in, man. I think at this stage in the career, it's all about getting the reps in. And, I work with a great guy like Curt Sandoval, who called in earlier. Curt is a stud, man. And I'm working alongside people like Rob, Curt, Ashley Brewer. I've seen Tracy Murray in the studio, who does some UCLA work for you guys.
Yeah, that's our boy, Tracy Murray.
Did you say Ashley? Yeah, she's cute. I like her.
Yeah, she's a superstar in the making, and she's got all the tools. I'll just say that.
Yeah, she does. She's fantastic. I love her.
So, Angel,
she's a 5-tool player.
Hey, let's be honest. Did you have more fun interning here on the Inland Sports Show or at ABC7 in Los Angeles? Because I know it's probably neck and neck. It's going to be very close.
I tell you what, I go out to do these Rams-Eagles games. That is nothing compared to a CIF semifinal between Heritage and Cajon, man.
Yeah.
That's right. You think I'm gonna pick Coach Sean McVay over Coach Broach, man? You're dreaming.
I forgot you were the sideline guy for Heritage versus Cajon. Dude, that was such a fun night.
Dude, all the frostbite ligaments I lost, I'm sorry, you're slowly starting to grow them back, but dude, come on, man. Am I going to go to the Coliseum or Heritage? What do you think's better, Pep? Come on.
The Heritage Pit, man. That's the H-Town.
Yes,
H-Town
it
for
is.
life.
I tell you what, hey, Heritage Pit might be bigger than the StubHub Center where the Chargers are playing right about now.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. No, he does make a good point, though. He does have some truth in there. Hey, but Angel, honestly, you've been having some great experiences at ABC7. We saw a video, I don't know, Jeff, was it Instagram, where you were catching a touchdown pass from Curt Sandoval inside the Coliseum. I mean, those kind of moments, you can't get those anywhere else. I mean, that's pretty special.
Yeah, it's pretty special, man, and it's all just been a big, huge blessing. I must say, man, it's been a great mercy that I've been able to work at a place like ABC. But I can't tell you, sometimes I'm driving to the Coliseum, and I remember, those drives down to Iowa on Saturday morning to the Inland Sports Show. Like, I certainly love the ABC stuff I'm doing, but man, I never forget about those Inland Sports times. Duking it out with Coach Hatch.
That's our Michoacan.
Hey, Angel from Michoacan.
Oh, we had some good times, and we appreciate you remembering your roots when you make it big time. So what do you want to do? Do you want to be a sports anchor, a play-by-play guy? Like, what's next for you? I'm just curious.
I think ultimately, the route that Curt Sandoval has taken, maybe getting on air and maybe even just developing yourself within a specific market, I really enjoy seeing. I really appreciate it. And one thing I haven't said yet, I'm really happy for you guys in the show, man. You guys do a great service to Inland Empire Athletics, and 15 hours a week compared to one is a lot better. And I'm loving what I'm hearing with this show, man.
It usually is, but again, Jeff looks awful over there.
Oh.
He is a mess today, but he's battling. Like you said, Michael Jordan against the Jazz, just battling.
Yes.
Well, here's what I like to say. Jeff's got a face for radio and a voice for Chris.
The double whammy, Jeff.
Wow. Hey, thanks, Angel. That's really nice.
Jeff was cut out. Jeff was cut out for this.
Now, are you going to cover USC basketball?
Yeah, man. I've been covering a little bit of USC basketball. Kind of a ugly little skid we've been on. Obviously, Jeff was hitting me up the day that the scandal broke out with Tony Bland and USC. That was a big mess on campus. But beyond that, Trojans started as a top 10 ranked team this year, and on a 3-game skid. It's things aren't looking too good on the hardwood right now for Coach Enfield, man.
Yeah, they were picked to really win the Pac-10. A lot of people said that it was between them and Arizona. Arizona fell off the map as well, and now you have other teams that are just Arizona State. Arizona State has a shot to be ranked #1 in the country. Can you believe that?
Absolutely. Even when they had James Harden, you never even dreamed of a top 10, let alone top 5, ranking for them.
Yeah,
it's all come down to the sanctions. D'Anthony Melton, our best player, has been held out pretty much just because of that and the recruiting scandal we had.
Yeah, and Tony Bland, a good friend of mine, kind of went down in that situation. It's just hopefully SC will recover by the time they get into Pac-12 play, because the Pac-12 really is wide open. You got Cal, who's really not very good.
Yeah.
Arizona State, who's been led by Bobby Hurley.
Yeah.
There's some good teams. UCLA can win on any given night because of their athleticism. And then you guys, USC has the best athletes in the conference. They just need to put it together.
Yeah, absolutely. And the one thing I want to say that hurts for UCLA a lot is they lost their top defender, man. D'Angelo Ball is leading the Pac-12 in steals, dude.
Oh, he had to go. He had to go to UCLA.
He did it. He really did it.
That's right. He wouldn't have got off the bench the entire year, anyways. He pulled him out because he was going to ride Pine.
When in doubt, Lithuania is the way out.
Yeah, hang out. He can hang out in the Baltic Sea. They're probably getting bugs attacking them. It's going to be a horrible place to be for those guys.
Hey,
there we go.
Angel, I think you had, I read a lot of tweets, and most of the time I just roll my eyes and be like, that's dumb. But one of the times I was like, that's actually kind of funny. Angels had the story from, obviously, the scandal in China with the UCLA basketball team, and he wrote, from Chino Hills to China Hotels. And so for whatever reason, dude, it just struck a chord with me, and I'm like, that's funny. There's that USC education kicking in.
Oh.
There we go. It's got to kick in somehow.
Hey, so are you going to the Cotton Bowl?
Unfortunately, probably not. I'm probably going to stick around for the pseudo Rose Bowl. That's not really a Rose Bowl.
The pseudo
the
Rose
playoff.
Bowl.
Is that what you're talking about?
The playoff semifinal. I don't know. Last year I covered the Rose Bowl. It was epic time, but it's just not going to have the same kind of feel. I don't know if it's missing that Pac-12 Big Ten game, but it's going to be a good matchup.
Wait, you know what? I got to be honest. Is it Georgia, Oklahoma? Who is the Rose Bowl?
It's Georgia, Oklahoma this year.
Okay. That's what I thought.
Just a little kooky.
That's a consolation prize, for not having USC Ohio State in there, but that's okay.
Yeah, it's weird not having a Pac-12 Big Ten school. That's just bizarre. When you say
yeah, and I mean, it's the second time it's happened. I mean, at least a few years ago when it happened, Oregon was in the thing, so it felt kind of a little more normal. But yeah.
All right, Angel. Before we let you go, I want to ask you. So, when you interned with us here on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM, who was like one of the biggest guests that we had in studio when you were here? I want that answer, and then I also want to hear who's the biggest name athlete that you've had a chance to meet interning at ABC 7. I just want to compare apples and oranges. But who do you what when you came in here on a Saturday? Who was the big name guest that we had that you remember?
All right, let me take a second to think about. I mean, anytime you have Matt Logan, Emperor Palpatine. I mean, the guy was force choking his people in the way into the studio.
Wait, the
And
Emperor?
that was pretty epic.
Wait, Matt Logan?
Yeah, no, Matt Logan. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's the Emperor of the Dark Side.
That's right, the evil empire.
He's up there, but unfortunately, he did not take the cake. I would say who takes the cake is our beloved Laker girl, Michelle.
Oh,
I still have the Lakers calendar posted in my room. It's still in pristine condition. And just the way she signed her name to Angel, I never forgot it.
Yeah, Jeff's looking
there
for
it
art.
is.
It's up here in the studio.
Yes, it is.
And you know what? She is the sweetest, nicest girl ever. And yeah, she signed one just for you. Okay, so that was an easy one. Okay, so we should have figured that's where World Famous was going. But who's a cool athlete that you've had a chance to either interview or you were right next to in the locker room? Who's a pretty big name?
I'd say working with. I get to work with Marcellus Wiley on a pretty regular basis at ABC because he does the charter show for us. So Marcellus was a cool guy to work with. As far as being, who is the coolest person? I would say probably Magic Johnson. Getting to chat with Magic Johnson to work, that was pretty incredible. I mean, that's some excellence right there.
Yeah, so we got Michelle, the Laker girl, Magic Johnson. I mean, it's pretty close.
Hey,
Clayton Kershaw.
I'd go. Personally, I'd go Michelle and Matt Logan. But that's just me.
Dude, we had Mike Trout earlier this year. I fist bumped Mike Trout.
No, we did have Mike Trout. That's true. But I'll go Matt Logan and Michelle 10 times out of 10.
There we go.
Hey, World Famous, we love having you on the show. We want to do this a lot more often. What day is the Rose Bowl? Is that on a Monday?
The Cotton Bowl is going to be on a Friday, December 29th.
Oh, I'm sorry. The Rose Bowl, the playoff
the Rose
game.
Bowl The Rose Bowl playoff game will be on a Monday, yes.
So if you're there, can we get a live report from the stadium from you?
Bro, you don't got to ask, man. I'm there for you guys.
Nice. Look at that. The pride of 3rd in Chicago coming up big time. Marcus Baugh passed the crown to Angel, and he wore it proudly until he moved on to USC. So
there we go. And I passed the intern crown to intern Cole, and he's doing a great job, man.
Intern Cole's sitting right next to me wearing some deck shoes.
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, he dresses like he's out of the Gap catalog, but that's okay. We still love him.
Yeah, he is the best. I'm telling you. I'm sorry. He's really, really, really good, and a nice kid to boot.
There we go.
So, Angel, we always appreciate it, brother. Best of luck, continued success at USC and ABC 7. And again, you're an OG, man. You're part of the family here, so we appreciate you checking in.
Appreciate it, man. Anytime I can do it, it's a true pleasure.
All right, that's world famous intern Angel. The wink heard around the world and seen. Angel, we appreciate it, brother.
Appreciate it, man. God bless you guys. Merry Christmas.
All right, God bless you, brother. Merry Christmas. That's world famous, man. Checking in, going big time. Hey, we just ate up like 15 minutes. That went fast. I just wanted to catch up with him. Like this felt like a phone conversation that we would have had in private. Like, hey, Angel, how's it going, man? Oh, who have you had a chance to meet? Like those kind of things. Like it was cool.
Yeah, he's gonna actually be in studio while he's on his winter break. Said he's gonna come on down and hang out with us.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, get him in studio. Yeah, you can make fun of what he's wearing.
Cullen's over here smirking at us.
Cullen's like, I hate Jeff, man. It's just the drugs. It's the cold medicine. It's killing me here.
What's even more ironic is we look at what Jeff's wearing today, and we're like, hey, wait, he's calling out other people what they're wearing?
What are you talking about, man? I'm trying to sweat this cold out. That's
an old wives' tale, man. You can't sweat out a fever.
I have to do whatever I can because I have Star Wars tomorrow. If I was like this today, I probably couldn't attend the Star Wars premiere.
So on your deathbed, you're going.
On my deathbed. Yes, I'm going to have renal failure, and I'm still going to be watching Star Wars. Yeah, my heart could stop. I'm still going to watch Star Wars.
And I know you'll appreciate this, that Cullen actually zoomed in on you. So the shot is a little tighter right now on the channel.
Stop
so
that.
people can. No, it's true.
I'm sweating.
And it's an
It's HD. I'm sweating. I just feel horrible.
Yeah, you look horrible.
Thank you very much.
When we come back, and a big thanks to World Famous, we'll have Jackson Wood. He's the head basketball coach at Hillcrest High School. And I know, Jeff, you really like this this Trojans team that he has this season.
He's got a great team. They run great stuff, and he's doing it the right way. He's going to be a league champion, possibly a CIF champion.
Hey, we might have some breaking news. I've missed 3 phone calls from a high school football coach in the area.
Vinny Fazio?
Not quite, but I don't know. I'm gonna call this guy back during the break, and maybe we'll have some breaking news on the backside.
Nice.
I don't know, but we might.
Very nice.
All right, you're listening to the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports, IE 1350 AM.
Todos el guapo.
The Inland Empire's home for all things IE just got even better. Introducing the award-winning Inland Sports Show with Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Weekdays 3 to 6 p.m.
Your local sports leader in the Inland Empire. Fox Sports IE 1350.
Here's a list of reasons why AT&T Prepaid is the perfect holiday gift, according to Marshall and Viv.
When you switch to AT&T Prepaid, you get a new ZTE Maven 3 smartphone for free.
And when you switch to AT&T Prepaid, you get a new ZTE Maven 3 smartphone for free.
I said that.
Happy holidays?
AT&T Prepaid has no annual contracts.
It's going on my holiday list for sure.
And AT&T's reliable network.
The AT&T network.
There's no hidden fees.
No credit checks.
No compromises.
No strings attached.
AT&T Prepaid has plans for people who like great deals.
Plans for people who love gift giving.
Flexibility.
Reliability.
All the abilities.
AT&T Prepaid is for people in places where it snows a lot, like Syracuse.
And plans for people in places where it snows not a lot, like Miami.
I love snow.
That makes one of us.
The list is long.
How you guys doing today? Ray Bass here from Boost Training. I'm here today at the Boost Performance Center with the one and only Pep Fernandez. Today's Boost Training tip is all about speed. We're talking about the weighted sled push. Come check it out. So when it comes to the weighted sled sprint, it's all about strength endurance. More specifically, building strength within the hips, the knees, and the calves. All right? So whatever sport you play, if you got to be strong and fast, sled sprints are for you. So I'm going to have Sawyer go ahead and get his hand placement right. We're going to get his hand about mid-height on that bar. He's gonna back his feet out. He's gonna bend his elbows and really get in the prowler here. Okay, so what I'm looking for here, when I say go, he's gonna drive his knees very powerfully, and he wants to apply as much force against the ground as he can. That's what it's all about, how much force we can apply against the ground. All right, so ready, set, go. So there you have it, the weighted sled sprint. If you're not doing it, you definitely want to add it to your regimen to get strong and fast, and we're doing right here at Boost.
We're small, family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cahelco, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car. Whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
Perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you. For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
From the Cold Star Ice Studios, it's Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM, KUBE, Riverside.
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Welcome back to another wonderful day of Inland Empire Sports here on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. Jeff's hanging in there. He's battling
through this fever. I got the fever going on right now. I think I'm probably about 104. My brain is starting to boil.
Are you that hot?
I just feel horrible. And the Hall's triple soothing action is not soothing, nor is it doing anything other.
We had to crack the door to get a little breeze for you, cool you down.
I'm sweating.
I thought you were trying to sweat it out.
I am trying to sweat. I'm dressed like Don Baylor when he played for the Angels.
Don Baylor?
I'm telling you.
You do have like a warm-up batting jacket on, your hat's on back. Again, you look like a mess, man.
Yeah, I feel like I should be wearing like the Under Armour stuff to sweat me out. I just feel horrible, but I've got to get through this because tomorrow's one of the biggest days of my life.
Are you getting married?
No, Star Wars.
Another kid? Oh, Star Wars.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Really, I mean, if you think about it, you get married, you have children,
and that's all nice.
And those are all cool. But there's really been 8 days of my life that mean everything to me, and tomorrow's the 8th day.
Episodes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in Rogue One.
Yeah, so
those the 8.
So yeah, I'm not kidding around. I've been collecting figures since I was 6 years old. 5.
So you've been nerding it up hard for a long time.
You know, and I really right now I hate my kids. Can I tell you why I hate them?
Yeah. Okay, go for it.
Okay, I've been collecting figures for 40 years.
Okay.
No joke, 40 years. My oldest boy, he played with them like I did. You know, pretty nice. I have thousands of figures. Thousands.
So intertwined in your illustrious basketball career, you were collecting Star Wars the whole time.
I had a booth at a collector's place at one time. Yeah, oh yeah.
You did?
Yeah, I have thousands.
You got a picture of that?
Oh yeah. Trust me, I got thousands. I'm a weirdo.
Yeah, you are kind of weird.
So then my 4-year-old is he and his cousins are playing with some of my figures that I had let him open, and sometimes I'll find like a hand on the ground.
What?
Yeah.
Boba Fett's hand?
Yeah, it's like they break this. My nephew's breaking all the hands off my figures, and I'm like, "What are you doing, man?
Do that?
These are 47 years in the making here of me collecting, and this little kid who's 4 is breaking off my hands of my Star Wars figures. Luckily, you know, he's my enemy now. My 4-year-old, not my son, my nephew is my enemy. But man, I'm so depressed. But yeah, I'm 8 days of my life. The 8th most special day of my life is tomorrow.
You can't wait.
I'm not sharing it with my wife. I'm not sharing it with my kids. I'm sharing it with you, Pep.
With me.
With you and I at the Riverside Plaza at 7:15.
We're going to be all snuggled up, watching The Last Jedi.
Crying next to each other.
So I feel like Friday's show is going to be a lot of Star Wars and also the Cajon versus Sarah State football game.
That's going to be a good one.
The Cajon, we will break it down. So there will be spoilers all over that Cajon football game. Live updates right here on the Inland Sports Show. But the Star Wars, Jeff, I know it's tempting, but you've got to fight the urge. No spoiler-free Friday right here on the Inland Sports Show, right?
No, I'm going to spoil everybody. They're going to be driving home. They're going to be, oh, Gorham, knock it off. That's
gosh.
Yeah, I'm going to ruin everybody's day.
Well, you're over there feeling sick. I'm over here trying to do some math. Thank you to your wife, by the way, who's a math
Carla's,
genius.
She's a professor, but she's a professor of English. But I'm telling you, man, she's good with everything.
Yeah, like I'm doing my daughter's 6th grade math for her because she's out sick from school. So I'm trying to figure out these problems. So maybe after we talk to Jackson Wood, I'll put that math problem out there for the people of the Inland Empire, and they can help me out on it
smart.
as well. They are very smart. But right now, we're going to the Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change Celebrity Hotline. He is the head basketball coach for the Hillcrest Trojans, and he's joining us right now on the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. Coach Jackson Wood. Hey, Coach, how are you today?
Hey, guys, I'm doing good. How are you guys doing?
We're doing wonderful. Listen, I know Jeff is very excited about your Hillcrest team this season. He thinks you have some good pieces in place. He thinks you're a great coach. What do you like about this year's team?
Well, I got to be upfront and honest with you guys. I really like our big kid in the middle, Victor Obioha.
What? One more time. What was that?
It's a tongue twister. Victor Obioha.
Yeah,
he's got to be about 6'9" now. This is his 3rd year, not only with us but in the United States, and he continues to get better every day. He's amazing. So that covers a lot of my flaws and makes me a better coach, apparently, because
he's that good.
I got a feeling all the well wishes I'm hearing and the praise. I don't know if I'm going to hear it next year, but trying to kind of maximize it this year.
I can't repeat his name because I'm going to butcher it. But where is he from, Coach?
He's from Nigeria.
And he made it out here to the Inland Empire because family or international student? How'd that work out?
Yeah, he's on a student visa, and his dad was working in L.A. It's kind of the American dream. He came out here to try to earn a scholarship, and I think he's well on his way to doing that. So he's going through a lot, and he is able to maintain his grades and thrive on the basketball court. Just continues to get better every single day. It's worth repeating because his progress, as I'm sure Jeff could attest to, is some kids don't even recognize him. They're like, where was this kid at last year? I just really couldn't play him that much last year.
Yeah, in fact, I've talked to a number of coaches, and they said, hey, this guy's grown since last year. He's gotten better in the post, and he's always been a shot blocker, but they're saying now he's more aggressive towards around the basket. So yeah, you've got your hands. I should say the entire River Valley League has their hands full with this young man.
I agree, and I got to give credit to Coach Brandom and our football program because he's put on about 20 pounds. We've been lifting with the football team, so I think that's making a big difference with a lot of our guys. They just have a kind of a different sense of confidence out on the court. It's really starting to pay off.
Does he feel, like you said, Coach, that confidence when he has that strength and he's able to kind of bang around in the post a little bit as opposed to maybe hanging around the outside? And, we see so many of these, I guess you'd call them like a small forward, like slashers, but it sounds like if he can put on some strength and some weight, he's going to be able to bang around, which not a lot of guys at the high school level have dominant post players.
Yeah, I think all throughout basketball it's kind of starting to become a lost art, but I was taught some post moves from my dad, and I'm kind of just trying to pass that on to him, and hopefully it doesn't disappear. So he has a nice touch outside. He's able to kind of do both, but we're trying to encourage him to get to the post and go through the contact, kind of like you were mentioning there. So it's encouraging to see stuff that we work on in practice translate to the game now with them.
Well, I don't know if you heard the very beginning of this show, Coach Wood, but Jeff was talking about the River Valley League as a whole, and he's very good friends with Justin Norman at La Sierra, but Jeff already called his shot. He says La Sierra is not winning the River Valley League this season, right, Jeff?
Yeah, I told him, I said, look, he's got a goofy shirt that says 6 in a row, whatever it is, and I always get on him constantly because most of those wins were against me, so I look at him and I want to punch him in the head. But seriously, 6 in a row, I said, that's enough. I said early in the season, I think it was during football season, I said Hillcrest was going to win the River Valley League in football, which they did with 18 other teams. Yeah. but I also said that Hillcrest would win the CIF championship, but they did not know that I was talking about their basketball team.
Basketball.
Basketball is what I meant, not football, basketball.
Yeah, so Coach, Jeff thinks very highly of you guys. I know, it's a cliche, but we say it a lot, just playing the game in front of you. But, Jeff really likes your chances in terms of River Valley League title and potentially a deep CIF playoff run as well. I know that's way down the road, but are those kind of some of the goals that you've been setting out for this team?
Oh, definitely. Our first and most important goal right now is the league championship. I'm getting a little tired of Justin and all his different shirts that he tends to wear out and about the IE. So that's definitely our first goal is to get ourselves a league champion T-shirt. And we were should say the guys were a little heartbroken. We had a tough loss in the tournament championship at Harupa Hills against Los Osos. We lost on a buzzer beater. And, I could just see it in their face, but I tried to remind them, the bigger picture here. So we definitely are thinking about some of those goals. But like you said, it's, the next game up and the next play in front of us, the current possession. So we kind of look at the big picture and the right now as well at the same time.
So coming off that Harupa Hills tournament, like you just said, that painful buzzer beater, how did the guys regroup? How did they refocus going into the Riverside Kiwanis tournament? I saw you guys a little bit against Notre Dame in that one, but it's like you said, it's tough. These are high school kids, and to have a defeat like that, you got to put it in perspective and regroup, refocus for the next tournament coming along.
Yeah, I learned a little lesson last year was not to schedule 2 tournaments back to back. Last year we ended up playing 10 games in 13 days. I think, and it kind of took a toll. So this year I had it built in where we would have a week of practice after Harupa Hills, and we got after it. And, I was almost, I want to say I was happy we lost, but I definitely wasn't mad because I was going to be a little scared if we had won that tournament, what the guys would be like at practice and keeping their attention, would they be full of themselves. So it wasn't the worst thing in the world to lose a championship game because it got me their attention back, and we got after it in practice, and we had a pretty good run at the Riverside Kiwanis tournament. We went 4-1, and we had an off night against Notre Dame. I thought they shot the ball pretty well, and we struggled a little bit, but they are a very talented team, and Coach Rob does a great job with them. We struggle with their defense now 2 years in a row, so not the worst losses on our record. Somebody pointed out to me today as I was emailing some of the coaches for our tournament that our 2 losses this season are to the number 2 team in Division 2A and the number 1 team in Division 3A. So I like where we're headed. It's just a matter of putting it together in those big games because we all believe on our team that we're capable of not only playing with those teams that we lost to, but beating teams like that.
We got Jackson Wood here on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM, the head coach of the Hillcrest Trojans, off to a great start. And, Jeff, they were preseason ranked, I believe, right? I mean, so, Jackson, do you look at those rankings and do you put much stock in them, or is it just kind of a feather in your cap for now?
Well, I look at them. I can't lie about that, but I don't put much stock in it, especially this first one. It seems to be a lot of votes on just reputation. I don't think too many people have seen each other play yet, and kind of goes off max preps predominantly for this first one. So I don't put too much stock into this one, but it is kind of fun to just start looking around and seeing, who might we run into down the road and kind of start mapping a plan and getting out there and scouting. And we're trying to put in the work as a staff. Like I said, having Victor this year, I mean, we're going for it all. We try to every year, but I think we have a realistic shot. So we're doing all we can as a staff and trying to get it this year because we never know. I thought we might move up to Division 3 this year, but I think definitely next year we're probably going to move up to Division 3. So we're trying to give it a run here this year in Division 4.
Well, you've played 2 tournaments. You mentioned Harupa Hills and the Riverside Kiwanis tournament, but you have something special up at your place coming up, the King of the Hill tournament. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I'm really excited for it. It's going to be, and this was kind of a lesson I learned planning a tournament and then naming a tournament. This is going to be our 2nd annual King of the Hill tournament, but it's actually our 3rd time having it. And the best person or the best explanation I heard was from the guy at the trophy shop. Our first tournament was the inaugural King of the Hill tournament, and he explained it kind of like a birthday. You're born on your birthday, and then the next tournament, your next birthday, it's your first birthday.
That's correct.
Oh, okay.
So I had to kind of break out some charts and kind of wrap my brain around that for a while. But this is our second annual King of the Hill tournament, and it's our third time.
doing it. Oh, and, you're still a toddler. You're still growing.
Yeah,
two years old.
And we are literally growing too, because it's gone from 8 teams in the inaugural year to 12 teams last year, and this year we've expanded to 16 teams. So it's going to kick off at 9 in the morning every day, and the last game is going to tip at 7:30. So I love being in the gym, and I'm sure I'll be there all day for 5 straight days. So I'm looking forward to seeing some good basketball. There's going to be 40 basketball games in 5 days, so I'm pumped.
So, Coach, that begins the day after Christmas. Is that correct?
Correct. We actually, I thought I would do something a little interesting here and give ourselves the 9 o'clock game on December 26th. So we actually play the first game at 9 a.m. on December 26th.
So how do you spend Christmas? Are you making sure the snack bar's full and ready to go, that the floor is clean? I mean, like, what's going on? Because you got the tournament the next day. I mean, do you have it all set and you're like, okay, I can enjoy Christmas and the next day we'll get back to work?
Yeah, I try to get it done beforehand, so I'm actually doing a lot of work right now. And then I was just talking to Jeff a little while ago. I got married on, you guys might get a kick out of this, I got married on April 1st of this year.
And you're telling the truth. That's not a joke, right?
Not a joke.
Okay, just want to make sure.
Well, my wife is Latina, so I'm new to this, but we basically do Christmas at midnight, Christmas morning, or basically we celebrate on Christmas Eve. So
yes.
Christmas Day, I'm able to kind of unwind and just relax and start getting geared up for the 26th.
You tell me you stay up till midnight? I have 3 little boys at home. I can't stay awake past 9. And you have to stay up. Oh.
I try to stay awake till midnight. I got to make sure to get a nap in and get my 5 hours because on a nightly basis, I mean, my wife's getting mad at me for falling asleep, watching Game of Thrones at 8 o'clock. I just can't do it. Can't do it anymore.
Yeah, that's how I feel every day of my life. I go home, the kids jump all over me, and I'm ready for bed. The second they go to bed, I'm ready to go to bed.
Yep.
Hey, Coach Wood, is Game of Thrones, is that your inspiration behind the nice full beard that you got going on right now?
It's either that or Abe Lincoln.
I can't say that it is, but I definitely got inspired watching it. I got all caught up this summer, so I'm ready to go for the next and I believe last season. But it's kind of more of a hockey thing for me. Just I started at the start of the year, and then at the end of the year, I cut it off after it's all over. It kind of started when I was in college. They did a beard season at Benedictine College in Kansas, and there was the monks on the monastery, and it started November 1st, and they cut it off the day before Valentine's Day. So February 13th, they would have all kinds of contests. Most scrawniest, which I probably won in college once or twice, and best carved and all sort of different categories. So that's kind of where it started in college, and I've enjoyed it mainly because I'm lazy, so it's pretty easy.
Maintenance, right? Maintenance-wise, yeah, it's easy.
Yeah, I always feel a sense of reverence when I approach you, or I want to give you $5. I haven't decided. I feel very presidential around you. I go, wow, that guy. For some reason, I feel like he's.
That's a well put together beard.
Look at that beard; it's so glorious.
Well, thank you.
We're hoping you don't have to shave that thing off until you end the season with a CIF championship in a couple months here. So is that the plan? Like play the season out, and then hopefully it ends with a title and shave it off?
Well, that's the plan, and it's kind of funny because last year was our longest season, making it to the quarterfinals, and I don't really know how long the season goes, or I didn't until the other day when my assistant, Coach Wells, reminded me how long it actually goes if we make it to the state tournament and all that. So we're just trying to keep this thing going as long as we can, and trying to not wear the kids out, trying to keep things fresh and different, and giving them breaks when we need to give them breaks, just because we want to be in it for the long run.
Now, you said you're playing the first game on the 26th of the tournament. Now, was there a mental aspect to this where you start the tournament and then hopefully you finish the tournament by being the last game of the tournament?
You know, I haven't thought of it like that, but I like that spin on it better than my spin. My spin was I need the kids there to help me set up the gym. I figured this was the best way.
Yeah.
Good too, man. The manual physical labor to get it doesn't set itself up, right?
Exactly.
I was all excited thinking there was some deep Zen thing. I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. First game and last game of the tournament.
He's going to bookend it, the first game and the championship game, and it's going to end with that title. But no, he just needs help. Jeff, what are you doing on December 26th? Maybe you can get over there.
If he has nachos at a snack bar, I'm going to go watch. Because, that's the only thing. He was thinking nachos. Hey, got to get these nachos started at 9 o'clock in the morning. I was thinking, oh, man, Coach really wants to start this off and get a win. No, it's nachos.
No.
It's based on nachos.
Get the tables up, the chairs up. That's it. Well, Coach Wood, we appreciate the time. Let's do this again real soon, and best of luck at the King of the Hill. Well, it's the third annual, but it's number 2 technically.
Yeah.
Right?
Hey, we had some great battles.
Third tournament, second annual.
There you go. Second annual. I'm sorry, I had it backwards. Second annual with the third tournament, Jeff.
We had some great battles. The only reason I missed coaching was coaching against you guys, like you and Norman and Guard. I always had so much fun in those games. Win or lose, I just laughed my butt off. It was great.
Well, we should do something like you did against Justin. I went to this game when you had basically every other coach in the River Valley League on your bench. So
that's right.
I might have to sneak you onto our bench one time.
Can we do that?
Yeah, I brought
Jeff down there.
I brought 8 assists. I brought 8 head coaches in the area, and we were playing La Sierra.
I was there too. I shot video of it. Yeah,
and I put them all in Norte Vista Sweats. And they all sat on the bench. I had Arlo Guard, who was at Riverside Poly, Reggie Miller's coach forever. I had all kinds of guys, and I still got my butt kicked.
Well, Coach Wood, best of luck in the tournament. We're excited about your team, and we're going to do this again real soon because we feel like you got a deep run with your current squad of Trojans. So congratulations on the strong start, and best of luck on the new marriage as well.
Yeah, congrats there, Jackson.
Thank you. I'll see you guys at the tournament. I'll save you a couple T-shirts.
T-shirts.
You got it.
T-shirts.
Done deal. We're there.
All right. Thanks, guys.
All right. Thank you, Coach
Jackson.
Wood. We appreciate it. Have a good one.
Bye.
All right. That's head coach Jackson Wood of Hillcrest. That was fun.
Yeah, I remember Jackson was on part of my coaching staff that night as well. But the only thing is, when we played, I had guys like Mark Guard took over my team. No joke. I called timeout, and Mark just took over, grabbed them.
He just went into the huddle with the dry erase board, and here's what we're going to do, guys. That's my team.
That's exactly what he did.
I'm still here.
Yes.
Before Jeff retired.
Yes, that's what he did.
All right, when we come back here on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM, we're going to go from basketball back to football. We've got more football chatter to bring your way, including an interview with the great Daniel Gonzalez out of the University of Redlands. He's an All-American. That's a little bit later in the show, and we'll be back after this. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
We're small, family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cajelco, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car. Whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
How you guys doing? Coach Ray here. We're back at the Boost Performance Center with the one and only Pep Fernandez. Today we're going to go over our A-Skip series. We've got a couple of great videos for you guys. Come check us out. Okay, so we're here with our Boost Performance School student athletes. They're actually going to demonstrate the A-Skips today. So we're going to work on our acceleration A-Skip. So it's a quick piston-like action, flexing at the hip here. With my toes up, I'm going to drive my knee up, touch my fingertips under my quad, and I'm going to put it right back down. All right, so when we accelerate, it's a piston-like action, and that's what we're training here, all right? So DT's going to get a nice rhythm, all right? Then he's going to quickly bring that knee up, put it back down quick. Ready? Go. Good. Put it down quick. Fast up, fast down. So we're getting nice bounce across the ankles, nice stretch reflex across the hips here. Up and down quick, up and down quick. We don't want to cycle. We just want to bring that knee up and put it back down as quickly as possible. Nice. There it is. There it is. Keep those toes pointed up to the ceiling. Keep bouncing. And there you have it. Acceleration A-Skip. Great drill to use. Teach you how to come out hard. Right here, Boost.
Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
There it is. Roxanne.
Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show. Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. What a bizarre show. Jeff is on his deathbed over here. We've had tamales. I'm trying to do my daughter's math homework for her class. I'm just like doing it for her, sending her the answers. As we're doing the show, I'm figuring out these math problems. And I accidentally sent the answer to the question to a local high school football coach. I just had to apologize.
Hey, that's the wrong answer, Pep.
No, but right now, let's go to the Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change Celebrity Hotline. Welcome to the show. Who's this?
This is Timothy D. Hatch.
The great Tim Hatch. Welcome to the Inland Sports Show. Tim, what are you up to today? I'm just curious. What's the life like of Tim Hatch these days?
I'm fighting my way home up Van Buren, beating traffic so I can go home and make it to the bathroom.
Is that a struggle? Is it a battle right now?
It is. Hey, I was on the bench for that 8-coach thing at Northern Vista, and I remember the score was 20-2. La Sierra was beating you, and I was interviewed Fernandez after the game.
Oh, that's right. Pep did interview you.
Oh, I did.
That's
I
right.
forgot about that. That was a long time. It feels like a long time ago now.
Yeah, do you remember? And then we called timeout, and Mark Guard to grab my clipboard, and I started coaching my team. Do you remember that?
I do. And there was no coach in that team. It was 20-2. It was over.
Yeah, they were pretty good.
Hey, do you know what happened to that Northern Vista sweatshirt you gave me so I could sit on the bench?
No, what happened to it?
I gave it to a homeless guy.
You did not.
I swear.
You did not. You've never done anything nice in your life. You didn't give a sweatshirt to anybody.
Hey, I was on my way to work. I okay, and there was this homeless guy freezing outside of Circle K, and the only item of clothes in my car was that Northern Vista sweatshirt, and I gave it to him.
And then he started for me the next year.
He started for me.
And scored 10 points a game.
Hey, in the system, he was great.
No, Tim Hatch has a big heart. He not only gave
He's a philanthropist.
Novi sweater to a nice homeless person, but he also took me to a San Diego State basketball game. We met head coach Steve Fisher at the time.
That's right.
Absolutely, yes. Hey, you know what, Pat? You are very, very observant when you say basketball today is very guard-oriented. I was listening to the Jackson Wood interview, and good luck to Honest Abe and the rest of his season. And you know what? His player, Jeff, you might remember that Marvin Webster, the human eraser.
I do remember Marvin Webster, the human eraser.
That post player for Hillcrest, because they were in the Big Daddy for a couple years, that guy is going to be incredible. You can't get to the basket. He's a definite rim protector, and he has huge upside, and he shows poise in all his games.
Tremendous poise and upside. Boy, that's some great coach speak right there.
Thank you. But hey, I just wanted to say I was part of that game, and I don't have my sweatshirt anymore, but I'd appreciate another one someday from Northern Vista.
Yeah, I can't pull any strings over there anymore.
We'll give him an Inland Sports one. How about that?
Yes, we'll get you an Inland Sports shirt.
That would be incredible. I would wear that everywhere I go.
Until he found a homeless guy.
And then he gave it away.
Never that. But
hey, Coach Hatch, wait, Coach Hatch, are you on the bench somewhere? Do you got a team?
I am helping at La Sierra University.
Hey!
How's that men's team doing? Wait, what'd you say?
With the women's program.
Whoa, with the women's program? Yeah, all right.
Yep,
Good job for you, Timmy Hatch.
What's that?
I said good job, Timmy Hatch.
Thank you. Pulled off a big upset of the UAV, University of Antelope Valley, the other day. Big upset.
Nice.
So you got a pretty good season going?
Starting to roll. 4 out of the last 5 wins. Playing pretty good. Having some fun.
That's a beautiful campus.
Does a great job. And, you know, I'd love to have Jeff come sit, watch a game because I think he might not get to start for us.
Right now, because I'm sick as a dog right now, I'm literally hallucinating.
How's going?
What was that?
How's the halls going?
The halls are almost finished here. I'm dying. Plus, I got to stop at the grocery store on the way home because I'm buying stuff for gingerbread men. Yeah, it sounds weird.
Yes, and I'm glad you said that, not me.
Exactly.
Well, Coach Hatch, we'll have to check out La Sierra University, the women's basketball team soon. How are those crowds? I heard they get pretty good crowds there at La Sierra for basketball.
Decent crowds. It would be probably double if the two of you came, but other than that, it'd be great.
Well, Jeff counts for a couple people. He's larger than life. Well, Coach Hatch, we appreciate it. We'll check you out at La Sierra University sometime real soon. That's a beautiful campus here in Riverside. It's actually really nice.
It is. It is. So, all right. Well, good night, fellas. Jeff, be careful going home.
Hey, wait. As I say to Tim every time I get off the phone with him, I love you, Tim.
All right. See you later. All right. Good night.
Good night. He doesn't say I love you back?
No, but Tim and I go back years, and every time I get off the phone with him, I tell him I love him, and he just laughs. Every time. He's my guy.
He's a goofball.
That's my boy, Tim.
Yeah, but he's at La Sierra University. How about that? Big win over the University of Antelope Valley. We don't talk about La Sierra too much on this show, but yeah, they've got a beautiful campus out there. He's coaching some basketball. They've had some good soccer and baseball teams.
Well, yeah, if he doesn't coach, he's going to die. I mean,
he's once a coach, always a coach, right?
He needs to be somewhere on the bench.
That's cool to hear him out there at La Sierra University here in Riverside. When we come back, it's back to football. Daniel Gonzalez, the All-American.
Everybody's All-American.
He's number one in your hearts.
He is.
The University of Redlands football star. He is coming up next on the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
Lemon shrimp, coconut shrimp, pepper shrimp, shrimp soup, shrimp stew, shrimp salad, shrimp and potatoes, shrimp burger, shrimp sandwich. That's about it.
The Inland Empire.
How you guys doing? Coach Ray here from Boost Training. We're here today at the Boost Performance Center with the one and only Pep Fernandez. Today's Boost Training tip, we're going to get football specific with the 40-yard dash dance. Come check it out. Okay, so first things first, we're going to establish Andrew's footing. All right, now, he has his left foot up in his 40 stance, so what we're going to do is he's going to take his left foot, his left toe, and he's going to bring it back to his right heel. All right, now he's going to take his right toe and bring it to his left heel. All right, next he's going to take that right foot, he's going to bring it about hip width. Now, depending on if you're a skill player, receiver, DB, or if you're a lineman, a bigger guy like Andrew is here, you may want to go a little bit wider, all right, because they usually have bigger thighs here. So he's going to go a little bit wider hip width. Now he's going to take that right toe, he's going to move it back about 4 to 6 inches. Perfect, perfect. Okay, now he's going to take his right hand, he's going to place it right behind the line. He's going to take his left hand and place it right above the line. All right, now he's going to dig his feet in, get his footing. We want to really load the hips, knees, and ankles here. And what we're looking for is a deep bend in the ankles and a nice angle with the shins here. We want to try to keep that shin nice, almost parallel to the floor. So what's going to happen, he's going to keep his nose to his knee. He's going to stay nice and low. When I say set, Andrew's going to bring that left arm higher than his hip. He's going to slightly elevate his hips higher than his knees. Now, you never want to hold your 40 stance any longer than about 3 seconds. So it's going to be very quick, all right? Here we go. Set. Go. There you have it, 40-yard dash dance.
We focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
Brought to you by the Hispanic Scholarship Fund and the Ad Council.
It takes 12 years to create a graduate. It takes about the same time to create a dropout. And at the end of the day, the difference between a child becoming one or the other could be you. So United Way is asking you to make a pledge. Tutor a child who needs help. Mentor a kid who needs someone on their side. Volunteer to read to children. Because when a child advances, we all advance. Be a reader, tutor or mentor, give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Take the pledge now at liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
As I went through school, one giant question loomed over me. What did I want to be? First, I had to decide what I wanted to make. I wanted to make more, so I became a teacher. Now I make learning a privilege, not a chore, and frustration a tool, not an obstacle. I make working hard seem easy, and giving up impossible. I'm a teacher. I make more.
Find out how you can make more at teach.org. Make more. Teach. Brought to you by Teach and the Ad Council.
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
And we are back here on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. We're going to finish strong, Jeff.
We are.
We got like 20 minutes left, and we're going to go big on the way out, right?
I have my last haul sitting here in this bag.
Ready to go.
And my last bit of water, I already went through my Mountain Dew, so yeah, I'm done.
We are going straight to the Catalano Motors Celebrity Hotline. It's the great Daniel Gonzalez. He's a staple of the IE from Rev to SBVC and now to the Univar. And, Jeff, he is an All-American. So,
hey,
yeah, Jeff, go ahead.
He's not only an All-American, he's everybody's All-American.
He's everybody's All-American. Hey, Daniel, first off, congratulations. Seriously, congratulations. That's a huge honor. How did you find out that you were an All-American football player at the University of Redlands?
Thank you. Well, first, Coach Maynard called me into his office, and then he told me that my name's up for an award and that it's probably up for an All-American award. I don't know which one, but you'll find out. And then yesterday morning, I woke up and I saw all of the notifications that I'm first-team All-American, and then I just felt just truly blessed.
Who hit you up first? Someone who's blowing up your phone or tweeting at you. Who hit you up first and said, hey, Daniel, you're an All-American?
It was actually one of my good friends on the team. He hit me up, and he was just like, hey, did you see what's on Twitter? And I was like, yeah, I just saw it right now. And he's like, congrats, man. You deserve it.
So I was going back in the record books, and there's only been 6 first-team All-Americans in the history of University of Redlands football. That's a long time of Bulldog football. Only 6 first-team All-Americans. What's it like now to put your name up there with some of the greats that have played for the Bulldogs?
It's surreal, honestly. I know because I went into this season working as hard as I could, just possibly going out every single day with my teammates and just working hard, trying to work towards our goal of getting a championship and our goal of getting a national championship. And we fell short, but on the way there, just all of the work that I put in and everything that I did to try and win the game ended up bringing the accolades to me. So it's just really blessed. I'm just really blessed to be able to say that I'm up there with those names.
Yeah, 9 interceptions in 9 games. What's the key on getting the pick? I mean, do you jump the route? Are you watching the quarterback's eyes? I mean, what's the secret, man? Because you're doing something right. What's the secret?
It's just honestly, natural instinct. You just got to watch the quarterback, and then you just got to know when that ball is coming. You just gotta beat the receiver every single time.
So when you got that interception in your hands, is the first thing going through your mind is, I'm taking this one back to the house. I'm going to be elusive. I don't want to get tackled.
It's funny. The first thing that goes through my mind every single time is when I was at Rev, Coach Cetos. Every single time you get a pick, all you would hear is score. So every time I get a pick, that's all I hear is him yelling score right behind me.
We're here with Daniel Gonzalez, University of Redlands football All-American on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. Daniel, you're a local guy. You played at Redlands East Valley. I know you took a little detour through the Air Force and then back to San Bernardino Valley College and now the University of Redlands. So people have been able to watch your career. And how special was it to have such a fantastic senior season like this in your own backyard with a lot of people who've watched you grow up and play a lot of football?
Yeah, it was actually that's one of the main reasons that I decided to go to the University of Redlands was because I wanted to finish out my career in front of my family, in front of my friends, and I was blessed enough to have about 20 people up in the stands for me every single home game, and even some of the away games I had about 10 people. So because everything's locally, like all the games are local, so it was just really good to be able to just play in front of my friends and family, and play in front of my city, and then just the way to go out was just unbelievable. Honestly, I still don't believe how it happened.
So what is next for everybody's All-American? What are you going to do after you graduate?
Well, right now I'm training for an All-Star game in January. It's on January 15th. It's called the Dream Bowl, and there's going to be 11 NFL scouts there, and we're going to have our own combine with the NFL scouts, the CFL scouts, and the Arena League scouts. So I'm really hoping to go over there, put on a show, and show them that if I get the opportunity, I'm going to take advantage of it.
Yeah, do you want to play pro? Is that kind of the next level before you have to start what they would say adulting? You don't want to be an adult just quite yet. Do you want to keep playing football? I mean, like you said, NFL, Canadian Football League, arena football. I mean, there's so many options out there. Do you just want to play football out there somewhere?
Yeah, I want to. Like, I put so much into this game. I want to be able to say that I went pro, and like with all the opportunities that I have right now, you know, why not go all out and try to obtain that goal and obtain that dream and obtain that goal.
All right, Daniel, who's the defensive back that we might be familiar with in the NFL that you would maybe compare yourself to? Is there some similarities between another guy out there that you're like, you know what, I kind of look up to him, I try to model my game after him? Is there a guy out there?
Brent Grimes.
There you go.
We're the same. We're the same size, and he's out there going against people 3 times his size, and he just tries the ball every single time, and that's honestly what I try to do every single time.
Yeah, because you probably look at a guy like that and say, hey, you know what? If he can do it, why not me, right?
Definitely.
So I know a lot of these tall receivers on the outside, I mean, they get pretty tall, man. There's some tall receivers out there. How do you combat that? Like, what do you do well to really match up well with a receiver that might have, 2, 3, 4, 5 inches on you?
You just got to be able to keep up with them and just be able to be more physical than them, because with them being so high and me being so low, I'm able to get under their shoulder pads. And when they do take off, I'm fast enough to keep up with them. So that's really just my key, just to stay with them.
Now, Daniel Gonzalez is only the 6th first-team All-American out of the University of Redlands. And Daniel, I saw that the great Curt, who obviously made some big news yesterday going from Rev to Citrus Valley, he only made 3rd-team All-American while at the U of R. He is in their Hall of Fame. Curt is in the U of R Hall of Fame. He's one of the greats for the Bulldogs. But he got 3rd team. Your 1st team. Have you thought about that?
Nah, I mean, I'm not going to do any comparisons, but it's just a blessing to be able to say that I'm first team All-American.
Hey, and Daniel, speaking of Bruick, what are some of the things that you learned from him as a coach? How did he make you better as you went through Redlands East Valley and continued into your college career?
I learned a lot from him, honestly. I learned that you got to, whatever you give to this game, you're going to get back. And all the work that we did, all the practices that we did, the lifting, everything was always just 110% every single time. And it was always, it's hard. Like, Rev is still one of the hardest workouts I've ever done to this day. And I just learned that you just got to put in the work, and whatever you put in, you're going to get back.
Well, we're excited about that All-Star game coming up. Again, what are the details, when and where, for that All-Star game, Daniel?
January 15th in Salem, Virginia. It's at 12 o'clock Eastern Time.
All right, we'll have to keep an eye on that one. Like you said, there's going to be a lot of scouts, right? So do you go into that one? I mean, do you embrace the moment? Are you a little nervous? Are you excited about the opportunity? How do you kind of go into that?
Well, right now I'm waking up every single morning, and the first thing that's on my mind is how can I make myself better today? And just going into the game, I just want to be able to do what I do best, and I want to take advantage of the opportunity that's given to me, and I want to be able to try and be able to take my family and put us somewhere that I can really help us with.
Well, I know football's already opened a lot of doors for you, and hopefully we'll continue to do that for you. God bless you, brother. Best of luck in that All-Star game, and let's keep in touch.
Yes, sir, definitely. Thank you.
That's the All-American, right, Jeff? He is our All-American, Daniel Gonzalez.
He is everybody's
Thank you, Daniel. We appreciate it, brother.
Yes, sir.
All right, that's Daniel Gonzalez here on the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. What a good kid, man. The poster boy really for Redlands and SBVC and the University of Redlands. First team All-American. Only 6 in the history of U of R football have gone first team. Even the great Curt Bruick, a Hall of Famer. I looked it up. He was a third team All-American.
That's pretty sweet.
Daniel Gonzalez, first team.
Well, I hope he continues and will end his career on his terms and flourish.
Yeah, like we said, arena football. You might be able to follow Johnny Manziel up to the CFL. That could happen. Johnny Football could end up in Canada. Maybe.
Yeah, Johnny. I think I called him Fat in the beginning of the show.
I think you called him Johnny Fatness.
Johnny Fatness. Yeah, man, that was. Man, I'm telling you, I've hit the wall. I've hit the wall.
Yeah, you look awful. We're almost done, Jeff. We're almost there. But it would be pretty cool if Johnny Manziel went to Canada and so did Daniel, and he picked him off one day.
That'd be
Think
awesome.
about it. If that happens, we predicted it right here on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE.
I hope he does. I hope he does.
Are you okay?
No.
I'm a little I'm just a little worried about you.
I'm clock watching. I was like in the 6th grade, you know, and you look at
class is almost out.
I'm like, oh man, there's 13 minutes left. I literally have given it my all, Pep Fernandez. I've given everything I've got.
I can tell. And if you go to a grocery store near you,
you're going to see
some weird looking guy that looks awful. That's probably Jeff.
I'm buying a bunch of, I'm buying cloves. I'm buying ginger. I'm buying a whole bunch of different.
Did your wife make you the list for the cookies? Yeah.
But the list looks like I'm a warlock, and I'm going to be making a
potion.
A potion because I'm making ginger. Or I'm not. My wife's making gingerbread men or women or whatever they are, and it's just weird stuff. And I just want to go home. I just want to go to bed. I want to
rest up for Star Wars. I get it.
I get it. I want to hug my Star Wars pillow because I do have a Star Wars pillow, and I just want to put on my Chewbacca PJs. And I want to go to bed.
With the footies and everything? Or?
Yeah, I really do.
So basically the size of Chewbacca.
In the next couple weeks, you will see a picture of me in my Chewbacca PJs. My entire family.
Why not? It could happen tonight. Oh, is that your family Christmas picture?
Yeah, we got Luke is wearing his X-Wing fighter. He's 1. I've got Johnny's Darth Vader. Connor is a stormtrooper. My wife, Princess Leia. And then, of course, I'm thinking I'm going to be like Han Solo. No, I'm Chewbacca. I got a big Chewbacca onesie that I'm going to be wearing. They're all onesies, by the way.
That's awesome. All right, when we come back here on the Inland Sports Show, we will say adios to Jeff as he will go about his merry way.
Are we gonna wrap a bow on this one?
Yeah, we're gonna wrap things up Star Wars style. Spoiler free though.
No, I'm starting to get loopy. I'm gonna start saying all the spoilers.
You look delirious. We'll be right back here on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
Search your feelings. You know it to be true.
The Inland
Sports is the undisputed sports leader in the IE and 2-time finalist for the top TV radio show in the Inland Empire. Thanks to our big-name guests, exclusive interviews, video highlights, and of course, nobody breaks more news than Inland Sports. Hosted by Big Salty Jeff Gorham and the IE Media Personality of the Year, Pep Fernandez. Honored by the CIF Southern Section with its Champion for Character Award, the National Football Foundation, the Southern California Football Coaches Association, the Inland Empire Baseball Coaches Association, and the San Bernardino City Unified School District. We've teamed up with some outstanding companies in our community that are proud to call the IE home, and they care about local sports.
Hey, what's up, Pep? You too cool to come down here, man? Too big time now?
You can join our team too. If you're a local business or owner, shoot us an email at inlandsportshow@gmail.com. Nobody covers local sports like Inland Sports. Find us on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.
Always want to play the best teams, even in the playoffs. If we win the playoffs, I want it to be like we earned it.
Help us spread the word. And thanks for making Inland Sports the local sports leader in the Inland Empire.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
Focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. Just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. Come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
Call 1-888-995-HOPE or visit makinghomeaffordable.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Treasury, HUD, and the Ad Council.
From the Cold Star Ice Studios, it's Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM, KUBE, Riverside.
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Corum.
Yeah, we should really air what we talk about during the commercial breaks. I think it'd be more interesting than this show. Jeff was talking about having bad dreams over here.
Oh, man, because of my illness, because of the bubonic plague I have. Last night I had a recurring dream. It was over and over and over. The same thing. I was getting chased around by like a mutant, and I was getting attacked nonstop, and it was just horrible. I'm not going to kid around. I've been sick maybe 4 or 5 times in my life, really like sick. This might be the worst I've been in a long time. And I don't want to do anything. I don't want to eat anything, and I'm a fat guy, and I enjoy food. I don't want to drink anything because I enjoy drinking. It's a bad, bad time for me. I want to cry. I could cry right now.
You just look like a mess. You just need to go home and curl up and sleep it off.
I am. I'm going to. Yeah, because honest to goodness, I thought about, I almost can't do the show today. But then I thought about tomorrow's the 8th biggest day of my life.
Yeah.
Star Wars. Oh, yeah, I'll be all right.
Is your wife and kids in the top 10 biggest days of your life?
No, not even close. No.
Not even, hasn't cracked the top 10 yet.
Because we have episode 9 coming out in 2 years. And
let's push it back farther and
farther.
farther.
Han Solo movie next year and the Rogue One, that puts me at 10 days. They're in the top 20, that's for sure. I know that.
Well, tomorrow, yes, we will probably talk more about Star Wars, but we'll also have the head coach of the UC Riverside men's basketball team, Dennis Cutts.
I like that guy.
Yeah, we'll be with the Highlanders going up to the University of Montana this weekend. That's all me, Jeff. You lucked out on this one.
I'm sorry. I took the good trip to Michigan in the big house. I took the trip up to Cal, Berkeley, saw some old friends.
Looks like you'll get Hawaii.
It looks like I'm going to Hawaii, and that's, I'm sorry, Pep.
But I get Montana.
You get Montana, and I get to go to, I think I'm going to Seattle and Utah Valley. I get to go to Orem.
That's one trip, yeah.
Hey, but the good thing is there's a Hardee's in Orem.
Is that the good thing?
They have fry sauce. You ever had fry sauce?
Is that like Thousand Island?
Kind of, but it's like big in Utah. And you just dip your fries in.
That's what you're looking forward to?
Yeah, I don't care about the basketball. I just want for the fry sauce.
So we'll have Dennis Cutts tomorrow. Of course, we'll talk more about the Cajon versus Sarah high school football state championship game. That's on Friday, but we'll talk more about it tomorrow on Thursday as well. We're on from 3 to 5 to make way for Thursday night football. So I hope you'll catch us for these 2 glorious hours before we head off to Star Wars. We're proudly brought to you by our good friends at Spoiled. Quick, quality oil change. You'll be spoiled by their excellent customer service, great prices. Ken Sporting Goods, more than 40 years in the Inland Empire, supplying all your sporting gear needs. And, of course, they got sweet, sweet Letterman's jackets. Boost Performance Training. Nobody will train you up like Ray Bass and his staff at Boost Performance Training. Athletes of all levels, athletes of all sports as well. And Catalano Motors in Corona off to Mescal Canyon Road. They've got that sweet ride just in time for Christmas, just for you. Buy trade finance at Catalano Motors in Corona. Tomorrow, Dennis Cutts, the head basketball coach at UC Riverside. Again, more Cajon versus Sarah talk for the high school football state championship in Division II AA. Jeff, get better, brother. We gotta see Star Wars, man. This is it.
I hope so.
It all comes down to this.
My biggest fear is that I could die tonight.
What's your biggest fear?
If I could die tonight in my sleep and not see episode 8.
That would be sadness.
I'm telling you, I'm a little concerned. That crosses my mind.
Get some rest. We got to do this all over again. We're going 2 hours strong tomorrow from 3 to 5. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
I don't like locked doors around here. They make me crazy. I was locked up and said, pass the wire. Pass the wire. I don't want no grilled cheese. No, Leroy. I'm bilingual. There's a difference. No more locked doors. Gracias.
The Inland Empire's home for all things IE just got even better. Introducing the award-winning Inland Sports Show with Pep Fernandez and Jeff Corum.
Weekdays 3 to 6 p.m.
Your local sports leader in the Inland Empire. Fox Sports IE 1350.